This Halloween, when you stock up on Pepsi and Doritos, you'll find coupons for savings on Hershey's candies. It's the perfect recipe for a...
Wicked!
Here's something to howl about. This week at Florida supermarkets, specially marked Pepsi-Cola 2 liters are just 89 cents.
A ghost! Only a Fruity Pebbles can set my spirit free!
My Fruity Pebbles? Okay.
Frighteningly fruity flavors! Thanks, Fred.
Barney!
Boo. Bon appetit.
Post Fruity Pebbles cereal, part of this complete breakfast.
Now it's time for the Pizza Head Show.
Hey, everybody! I'm done trick-or-treating, and now I'm gonna go for a stuffed crust pizza at Pizza Hut. Yay!
Not yet, Pizza Head. There's one more place to go.
I don't think anyone's home.
Sure there is.
Whoa, trick-or-treat! Interesting hieroglyphics on this pizza. Ah!
Quick, Pizza Head, let's go upstairs.
Hey, who is here anyway?
It's your host, Count Steve.
Oh, nice place. You got it. Ah! I want to go to Pizza Hut now!
The Count will be happy to give you a lift.
Oh, hey, put me down! Put me down!
See you next time.
Count Micro Machine Man here. I live for the night, so I carry my own light. Micro lights. Touch them like smoke, they really glow, but that's not all. Try these amazing Micro Machines light to sound vehicles. They come with a mighty mini building, have a real glowing emergency lights and make 2 sounds. Check out these super micro lights with lights that glow and passengers to go. Where do you play with this light and sound show? The Combat City playset. There's a happening heliport, military lift, pivoting gun turret, and fantastic firing rocket. But look out, in case of a real emergency. Get the Emergency City playset. There's the fabulous White House, ambulance station, rear ramp, and helipad. Micro lights, lighted sound vehicles, super micro lights, and playsets, each sold separately from Galoob. Remember, if it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real thing!
Horrifying, isn't it? With all peanut butter flavor, you'll always come back for more. Nothing but peanut butter taste in each bite. And it's part of a balanced breakfast. It's to die for. It's the crunch that screams peanut butter.
Lofty boy can't get you. Lofty boy can't get you. Okay. Hi.
Here's that rainy day they told me about, and I laughed at the thought. Living in America.
Do you have a tail, or is that your hair in the back?
あ、ほら髪の毛と下に尻尾があります。
Hair and a tail. Wow. The best of both worlds.
Thank you! 私の髪の毛と尻尾はとっても自慢の髪の毛と尻尾なんです。ありがとうございます。
Yeah, it really such a unique little character. It's mesmerizing. So anyway, I forgot the question.
Living in America.
There's nothing wrong.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm out on love.
Out on love. Alone from night to night, you find me.
Concerned about that?
No, Dankeschön. I'm concerned because there's nothing wrong.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some...
I'm going to say I feel good. Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
What you're going to be
Hello,
doing
Ted.
on this tour?
Jam.
Source, there you are.
And we'll be doing a lot of good things, and hopefully we'll get Brother Ted Turner on the cover. Ted,
What?
where you at? Hasta luego.
こんにちは。ボンバットファミリーと私たちのライブ放送へようこそ。私たちはあなたの視聴とリスニングの喜びのための素晴らしいショーを持っています。今あなたのホストスコッティ・ジェイロとジェリー・ケーブルにステイ・ボンバードを楽しんで覚えておいてください。
welcome to the Bombadcast.
What is up, Bombad fam, Bombad ghouls? It's good to be with you here on this very special episode of the Bombadcast, our Creepypasta Part 3. But before we get into that, I am one of your ghost hosts, the Canon Junkie, Jerry the Canon Junkie, that is. And listen, you're here on Thursday night. You're watching a little show we like to call the Bombadcast. It's a weekly Star Wars experience on YouTube, live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. if you're nasty. And you know what? We're just glad to have you here, but we do more shows than this. We also do a little show called Hyperfocus every other Saturday. I sit down with someone usually from the Star Wars Twitter online community, and hey, what's up, Brady? I sit down with them and talk to them about whatever they want to talk about. We could talk about, I don't know, their what their tax exemptions are if they want, and and try to make that interesting. We'll see. Either way. But we also do another show every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. again, for the nasty. That is Bombad Gaming with Scotty Jarod. I believe Scotty actually last night had his own Jared Leto experience. Or Jared Lego, excuse me. I don't know which. I don't want to get it mixed up there. But yeah, well, listen, speaking of Scotty, listen, I can't. What's up, Mal? I can't do this show on my own. Not this big of a like an extravaganza, if you will. So I'm gonna bring in again my other co-ghost with the most, Scotty Jarod.
Shout out to the chat. I'm glad to have all of you here. We got Mal. We got Steve. Woo! We got Boob. We got back. Maligan. We got Podcast of the Pills, baby.
Oh,
we've got Rick.
Popping them.
We got Brady. Hey, sisters. They've been wanting me to say that. I don't know why. I guess I'm James Charles now. That being said, super happy to be here. My cousin Troy's here. Whoever this is. Losers, Brian, it's all kinds of great things here. I'm very happy to say that excited to be here, G. It's gonna be a good night. One of my favorite streams of all time. Like truly, this is one of my favorite things to do. And I want to pass over to our friend Popeye. Can I pass over to Popeye? Can I give it a Popeye? Okay. I want to say my favorite James Brown quote too. Scotty Camingo.
Had a little bit of money, so the Lord did me good. Got all kind of shit. Got the glow sticks. I got the gotcha bag. Got the Hawaiian punch. Man, everybody won't holler at Pop what you need. I got it. If I ain't got it, I can find it. You understand? I'm selling glow sticks. Glow sticks that go with the yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's for my boy William.
listen. Oh yeah, that's cool. Listen. I have to ask though, real quick, before we bring our guests in for this special stream. Like with Bombad Gaming this past week after our Andor premiere or preview. It's nice to really see and refreshing to see, you and Katie, when you're at least have an open relationship when it comes to the metaverse, an open relationship on the metaverse. Because it seemed like you had a little rendezvous in a get out of here.
They've showed themselves. This is new development. This is new. They've attacked the stream. Oh, I'm about to go do some research. Someone look up William. Do your dirty research. Find George Binks. Go find the YouTube panel. We'll get the email. This is the closest we've gotten.
To whatever Illuminati meeting room Scotty was in the metaverse and see if they have like any idea. Okay.
He's streaming here. You can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't do that here. You can't do that here.
Oh,
Hi, Katie. Yes, I don't like to. Listen. What's a man
Jerry.
walking into a digital bar?
Jerry! Katie said
What's wrong with a man walking into a digital bar and kissing a digital patron in that bar digitally and then having them grab their non-existent dick, and it's fine. It's all fine. We're adults here. It's consensual. It's digital.
Digital Love by Daft Punk.
Digital.
All right. So that being said,
Metaverse.
We need to bring in our two as you would call them, queens into this stream. So let's bring them in with another clip. This is their vibe. Here is their vibe.
Hey, Foxy Lady, today's your birthday. Keep being Foxy, keep the wrinkles at bay. Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! What a lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady!
Hey, what is up, gentlemen? Good to have you here.
I need to say up top.
It is a vibe. Please.
The Foxy Lady on the left looks frightfully like a regular at the bar.
Really? Shall we watch the tape again? Should we? Because I've forgotten already what they look like.
Go for it.
Hey, Foxy Lady, today's your birthday. Keep being Foxy, keep the wrinkles at bay. Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! What a lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady! Foxy Lady!
In the pink hat, or what?
Yeah,
Like,
do you guys remember? I told the story the one time where there was
I
like
her whole vibe.
She's like, I told the story before. She's like the president of the ladies auxiliary. She was complaining about there being rap music on the jukebox, and like when she was complaining about hearing the rap music, she said the N-word like 13 times. And
no!
And then like put her cigarette out on the bar.
Sounds like a Foxy Lady, if you ask me.
She looks exactly like her. The resemblance is uncanny.
Sounds like one of the three,
wow.
they were sitting on the bench in Andor. Actually, at the beach,
Definitely.
you know, she's one of them. That's what those actually. That's who those are based off of. Yeah.
Well, look, gentlemen, glad to have y'all here.
Welcome.
This is a tradition here in the Bombadcast. We've been doing this now for 3 years, starting in the BTBD era, but it's only bled into this, and we've always had some good submissions. And boys, why'd you come back? Because y'all, except for Michael, Jared was the one that really invited himself. Jared didn't really say, "Can I be on?" Jared's like, "All right, what night's the thing? Okay, cool. I'll be off work that night." Like there was no.
I did that too, though. To be fair,
I know, but you wrote something.
It's kind of an unwritten rule. An unwritten rule. These two are on this stream.
So whenever we first did it, like you said, back in the BTBD era, as it was coming to a close, one of you went, "Well, Jared's got to be on for every Halloween stream now," and I went, "Yeah, goddamn right." And I completely agree.
He does.
And then last year, you guys were like, "Hey, you're coming back for the Creepypasta, like you said, right?" And I was like, "Of course I am." And then
You're right.
And then this year, you guys were like, "We got almost all of our content scheduled for October." And I very offhandedly went, "Oh, what night is the Creepypasta?" Assuming
what night
that
shall
invite
I
was
drop
still
in?
open. I had no reason to assume it wouldn't be.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here. I really am. And Michael, in particular,
regardless of you inviting yourself
last year,
we're glad you're here.
We were all doing
I
this.
just wanted to watch Jared suffer right in front of me, so that's why I'm here.
Good. Makes sense. We got that's that. I like that too. I that's why I trivia matched him and beat him.
I just like being here with you, Foxy
Listen,
ladies.
if you're going to talk about it, Scotty, let's see if you're confident enough to get back in the ring with me.
Won't happen.
It's Halloween, guys, so Scotty's allowed to be scared. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We should kick this thing off. So
he's not going to be scared of the guy who didn't
get
write
into
anything.
the scary stories.
Chat, we need you. Do we start off with scary or do we start off with funny? So,
or a little bit of,
or do we start off with
B?
Yeah, column A, column B. So in the chat, just type funny or type scary.
Funny.
You guys can handle those words because they're all less than 3 syllables.
Funny, scary. I wrote scary. So we're doing some funny ones first. Some funny ones. All right, we're in the zone.
Be careful, Scotty. You might comment
Steve
as
Palpatine. That's not. You don't
again.
spell scary with a K, Steve. You don't spell it with a. Yeah. There we go.
What? So the chat has voted for funny. Let's what should we do? Because I've got a couple. I can read the one I wrote. I think we may kick off with William this year. William's got a good one. Want to do that?
We must.
William's got some. He's got some bangers, like just kind of hiding underneath that little brain of his.
Let me tell you this. William did the most William thing of all time. So y'all don't know, William is actually our internet overlord because he makes our website. So whenever he has free time, he adds to the website. And currently, and check this out, he, I believe, has just published, or he should have just published, the new article section of our website that will have the creepypastas posted as we go through them. Now, there they are. Let's read this one first. Star Wars theories downfall.
We're coming out the gate shooting already.
That doesn't sound scary. That just sounds awesome.
How do you open? William needs to publish them because I can't click them just yet. William.
Oh yeah.
Get them published.
This is a shell. It's a shell website, isn't it?
Let's see. The internet overlord. That's right. We won't do scary till a little bit later, Brady. We won't do scary till a little bit later. I'm gonna move Michael in the line of vision. There you go. There's Michael. So they're not there yet. Well, I can read them. I can read them from the Google Drive. Let me just do that. Yeah. I'll gladly do that. The Celibate Rage shirt, classic.
We'll kind of have to.
It's a
Oh yes.
episode. I gotta wear.
That's
the
right.
shirt that was inspired by, I think, my first one that I.
That's
I
the.
wrote.
It was the first. Yeah,
the first one.
Oh man.
God.
I don't think I've laughed so hard at something either. By the way,
that was
just like
that was one of the best. That really was one of the best.
It was.
Okay, let me get this
rolling.
Let me get this put in the Google Drive right now.
I should just buy like a ream of Celibate Rage stickers to just like strategically place places.
Just place them on the jukebox where that one lady can see them. All that kind of stuff. She'd be angry you're talking about celibacy. Are you making fun of people who don't have sex?
Yes. To talk about I guess in terms of things we've covered before, obviously. Last time we were privileged enough to have Pete write one last year. Pete did not have an opportunity to write one this year, but also Cam Ray, friend of the show, wrote one last year and the year before as well. We couldn't continue that legacy. Maybe they didn't hear about it, but that's okay. So be on the lookout for them next year. But I'm going to read William's creepypasta. Do you want me to pull it up, or you just want me to read it dramatically and we can all listen?
Just read it.
All right, here we go. This one is titled. This one is aptly titled Star Wars Theories Downfall, a totally Bombad story. I guess pull everyone else in so we can watch the reactions.
That's probably why. Oh wait, what did you say? Pull it up for
I'll
all of us.
Yeah, so we can just see the reactions of the crowd.
So that's what those aren't published because they're stories. Then
yes.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Here we go. This is the one. Oh, Jesus Christ. He wrote his name. Okay. For Star Wars theory, you don't even like Star Wars. Therefore, you should be named anti-Star Wars theory. Okay. Nyatos Dadbay was a normal kiddo. He would go to school, read this. He would go to school, but he probably didn't get anything out of it. He's kind of an idiot because he isn't subscribed to the Bombadcast Patreon. He would go home, watch Star Wars, but according to his logic, only episode 3 of Star Wars. He was constantly bullied in school because no one liked his ideologies about Star Wars. He would go home and cry.
It's a really progressive high school.
Every single day, but he never stopped sharing his idiotic opinions. His life was just a metaphor for hell. He never stopped hating Star Wars, though. He grew up, started a YouTube channel to talk more about hating Star Wars. In 2015, he found love for hate. He hated the company of Disney because they had just made a very good, but in his opinion, bad trilogy. The only good Star Wars film in his opinion was Revenge of the Sith. The day his Twitter got taken away would reign a day of infamy for him, but would reign a day of victory for his enemies. This day was the start of his reign of terror. Theory decided that he wanted revenge, and he wanted it now. He wanted to destroy all the people who did this to him. He gathered a group of his 2 fans to storm the headquarters of Twitter. They didn't do anything, and all were gunned down. And within the first minute of entering the building, the end. There was a January 7th like event in Twitter. I could not believe that.
That was so on point with its psychoanalysis of Star Wars theory and his hyperfixation on Revenge of the Sith.
It just made me sad a little bit.
This is a young teenager.
It's probably true.
Yeah. Look at Jared. Jared's in deep meditation.
There's so much to take in.
Because we all have expressed our feelings about theory, in private. But William decided
Twitter
to just
get nuked, or did he leave Twitter?
I like the idea of him getting nuked, but I think he left.
Okay.
Like in reality.
Because the idea of him getting nuked and then J6ing Twitter is just really funny.
I feel like Jared just
yeah. That's just that meme of like SpongeBob like transcending out of
it was
chair,
like it was like well, we can't play that meme anymore because it's a Kanye song that plays in it. There's something, that John Mulaney joke where he's like 13-year-olds can be mean to you on like a really personal level, even though they don't know you. William just bodied this man.
I felt uncomfortable because I was like, this is so just like absolutely
William's
cutting
just
remarks.
like, this deeply stupid man doesn't understand Star Wars. Like, it's different.
William was like, first we attack his heart.
Yeah, honestly, it was just
that's amazing.
That was just a child bullying a grown man, and happy
Deservedly
Halloween.
so.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's
he
funny.
put his actual name in there, right?
Yes.
Is what you said?
Yes, that was his name. That was his name.
Yeah, we're not going to say the name, right?
No, I did. That was his name.
Did you say the name? Oh, I thought you scrambled.
Yeah, I'll say it again. Nietos Dadbe.
I got a little distracted blocking the anti-Scotty J-Ro.
What did they say? I didn't even see what
they said. Scary, bad content, blah, blah, blah. So I just was like, nah, not gonna. I don't want to put up with this bit tonight. Not on Creepypasta tonight. I nuked it from orbit. I nuked it from orbit. I was not paying attention to the very end of that. So, boom, you got your admin. You got admin, son. All right, or daughter, whatever. They
get the mods.
You are. I don't know who you are.
You need to clip that. You need to clip.
Get the mods. I have to find it. Get the mods. Get the mods. Anyway, that was a good one, William. I like that. In the tradition of creepypastas, I want to read another one before we go back to William. So I got one submitted by a student of mine as well under the name, I think the alias Mako-chan. I don't know if they want me saying their name on stream. So let me read this one to you. The title is incredible. The title is called The Greed of Warwick Davis. So let's hear it.
Wow.
We're going after real people in this, which is a very different tone than we've done before.
We are going to get say goodbye to being on the list of people.
Creepypasta 3. We're all canceled.
Yeah. We're not on Santa's good list anymore after this episode.
He's live streaming on the casino.
He's like, is he live streaming? This is a metaverse. This is a metaverse speakeasy, sir.
Okay, here we go. The Greed of Warwick Davis, written by Mako-chan. Warwick Davis slouched in his chair and turned on the TV. He opened his bag of Doritos and almost fell asleep until a certain commercial caught his attention. He recognized a little furry toy being shown to the audience as an Ewok, more specifically, Wicket. Warwick watched the commercial, shocked, and thought back to that sorrowful day. Warwick Davis? Asked the director. Yes, that's me, exclaimed 11-year-old Warwick Davis. You are auditioning for the role of young Anakin, correct? Asked the director with his eyes half closed. You can just tell he wanted to take a nap. Yes, sir. Well, then the stage is yours. Warwick closed his eyes. All of a sudden, a feeling of rush of adrenaline through his veins and began with the audition right before the director interrupted him. I'm sorry, Davis. It's just your voice is way too high pitched for this role. And your accent is, well, weird. stated the director. Maybe you can try for a different role like Wicket? Without knowing who Wicket was, Ulrich agreed, eager to get a role. Feeling scammed, President Ulrich started to tear up as he watched the commercial. All he wanted was a talking role, a role where he could be recognized. Ulrich filled with rage, but he was about to fall asleep anyway, so he slowly closed his eyes and dreamed deeply. Ulrich woke up due to a strange ring in his ears. He wailed in pain as he got up and walked to the bathroom. He turned on the lights, and he noticed something hairy growing on his toe, and that he seemed to be unusually tall. Maybe it was just his imagination, or maybe it was reality. He kept trying to rub his eyes, hoping it was his mind playing tricks on him, but it was real. He reached down and felt his toe, but when he touched the hair, it grew on his legs too. Warwick yelped in fear. "What is this?" yelled Warwick in a moment of panic, trying to close his eyes, still hoping this was all a dream. Soon, Warwick slowly looked in the mirror again, knowing well enough this was no dream. He looked at himself once more and noticed something worse. Both his eyeballs had turned black. How was he supposed to go to the grocery store to make his Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches? Warwick took a deep breath in and out, but it didn't help. In complete shock, Warwick's height flew up so high, he would be eye level with the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. Soon, crowds of newscasters and people who were interested in this gathered around. Police sirens screamed. Scientists gathered around the big, now fully hairy creature that resembled an Ewok, but over 3,000 times taller. Oohs and ahs were heard from the crowd, along with children screaming and babies crying. Warwick looked at himself, ashamed of what he had become because of his greed. He submitted his body to the science lab. To this day, Subject 8107 hasn't escaped. But when will his greed and anger get to him again?
Ooh.
That was pretty. That's like a Godzilla-esque. Like, that was wild.
That was first of all, that was very funny. But second of all, like, it's actually genuinely from a writing perspective, that was some actually like pretty effective like body horror. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went from, hey guys, Star Wars Theory is a dummy, to y'all want to watch an episode of Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
It's like a Goosebumps episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, that's great.
Was in Goosebumps.
What I like about it, though, is it's so specific to Warwick Davis, because if anyone knows anything about Warwick Davis, especially us fans, you know, that really do like him, I'm glad we got a new fan here. I didn't.
Yeah, they like to comment. Yeah.
So it's one of those things like where you know Warwick Davis, and he's actually the kind that would make fun of himself, which is pretty awesome. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if like he secretly submitted this. He kind of has that weird like he gets it kind of thing. But
Warwick Davis is anti-Scotty J-Ro.
Oh, maybe.
We'll never know now.
Now that's a Star Wars theory.
That's amazing.
Hey,
what'd you think of it?
Forget about it.
What'd you think of it, Gene? What'd you think of it?
I was honestly a loss for words with like the body horror. I didn't know the black eyes got me a little bit, you know, there. Just like that was a little more. That's a little different. That's a little different from
only in the special edition.
So wait, I didn't show you this. They also submitted an image to go along with this. Hold on.
Oh goodness.
Check this out. It's pretty good.
Oh my.
Here we go. You ready?
Oh, Lord.
That's good.
That's good stuff, isn't it?
That is very apt for a creepypasta.
See, I thought it would be what's it called? Is it called Bloody Mary? What is it? No, that's what you like, Jared. What's it called when you spin in the mirror? And the devil woman lady, the Satan Mary comes up. What's that called?
Bloody Mary.
That
is Bloody
Mary. Okay.
And you can also go to sundaysbloodymary.com/shop.
You
go to app and check out. You get 10% off your order, and you help out your favorite nerds while you do it. Candyman, Candyman, Beetlejuice.
Oh Bombad.
Bloody Marys. Bombad.
I wonder who shows up then.
Paul Stanley jumps across my head.
Yeah, it's Paul Stanley.
Hey, people.
Wait, Scotty, what was that?
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Listen, you had to say it.
Why would you let him in?
You opened the gate.
Scotty, is this why he showed up at Celebration? Did you say his
God,
name
yeah, I
3
guess
times?
someone said his name 3 times. Hopefully he doesn't show up next week.
And then left shit stains.
What's
in the
next
toilet.
week?
Next week, I will be out of town. I'm also giving up Twitter.
Scotty is leaving. He is leaving. Yeah.
I'm gonna never come back. So,
yeah.
I hate that you're teasing me right now because you said that and I wanted to play the clip of Alex Jones I have. And then I realized it's
Maybe
not
I'll
my
just walk
song.
out of here tomorrow.
Maybe I'll just walk
Never
in
see me
tomorrow
again.
and never see me again.
That's really what I want to do.
Well, do you gentlemen want to continue? Because we got a great story from Michael to end with today, and it's about 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a detailed listen. So, God, the only way this is going to work, though, is because we're all part of a group chat, right? I need all of us right now to tell them to come and join, okay? Because I wrote a Goon Squad centric story. I'm not kidding. I spent about 2 days writing it. It's about 3 pages. But most importantly, y'all need to get Eli in here because it has a lot to do with our boy Eli.
Oh, no.
Now, Jerry, I'm going to text you something in the private chat because I can't say this phrase without my students clipping it. So I need you to say a line in here, and I will send it to you right now.
Is this like when you had me do the this is Grim from the beginning?
Yes.
That was last year. That was last year's
That was last
Creepypasta,
year.
yeah.
Okay, so and you will know the exact moment that this line must be said. So if you saw in the private chat, you'll understand why it's there. But it's also kind of a 4D experience. I've got some audios.
You're gonna tell me because what the hell have you created?
This is a good one. This is gonna make all of you laugh. No, all of you are gonna love this.
Scared.
But I know Alden's doing a live stream right now, but I need to make sure if there's any way we can get Eli in here. I need Eli. Like that is a need.
All you got to do is say his name 5 times and you know have some.
Ochi.
But anyone that's just tuning in, Kindle, we're actually doing our Star Wars Creepypasta. It's a tradition every year where we read stories submitted by friends and fans of the Bombadcast. But we're waiting on a few people to join us in the live chat because this is very important.
Okay, I texted the StreamYard link to Eli.
Perfect. Oh, he wants to come live? Oh my God. Now that would be amazing. I didn't even mean just that. I meant like in a sense, like just to make sure he tunes in. But I
thought you wanted everybody in here.
No. No, that's fine. That's fine.
We're about to go off the rails.
It's my Goon Squad.
Do we want to
Lizzie 3 times? Brian Barry appears to sync your live stream.
You know what? That's fair, Michael. We'll do that. I'll read one of Williams' other submissions.
I wasn't gonna make a glizzy joke.
Let's just I
want the record to show.
Let's just sit here. Let's sit here until they get here. No, we're gonna sit here with radio silence until they get here.
No. I'll read Williams. I'll read Williams. Ready?
No.
So this is Williams. I love Jerry's completely against it.
We're doing this. This is the bit now. We just sit here in silence and see how many people leave. Okay, read Williams. Read Williams.
All right, this is the William. This is the image he selected for this is pretty good too. Yeah, Jared's a wonderful person. Let me see. Hold on, staybombad.com. While we're sitting here, actually, oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh,
y'all
What's going on, everybody?
Oh shit! It's that boy. What up?
I love Eli. Eli,
hello.
Eli, I want to read you a creepypasta. You're involved. Pretty much everyone on the screen is involved. It's It's pretty amazing. You're
Wait,
gonna love
before
it.
you do that, let me explain what just happened, okay? I literally just got back to my room, and I see Jarod text me, get in here stat in the StreamYard. I did not know if we were live or not. So I literally just what the hell is going on?
We're live.
Surprise, we live.
For those
I
who
should
don't
have
know,
realized
Eli
Thursday
lives-
night Bombadcast,
Yeah, Eli lives in a hostel in Europe. So for those that don't know, he lives in a European hostel.
He just wanders in and out of each room each night. He's trying to get to each bed before he leaves.
For some reason,
Actually,
it's
goes
Sunday.
to town.
Okay,
Yes,
wait, no, I need to hear this creepypasta. If it involves as many people as you say it does, if it runs as deep.
It
I'm
is
so
very
excited right
good.
now.
I am just happy it's Eli. So let me I'll get myself pulled a big and y'all can just enjoy this. Y'all are gonna
Michael,
really
wait,
enjoy this.
Michael, you didn't write this, did you?
No,
No.
mine's being played live.
No, this is
It's an audio.
Scotty created
Yeah.
a 4D experience.
Oh wait, Scotty
I did.
created it? Oh shit.
This is written by me. So here we
What is it
go.
called?
You ready? The title is
just
called
hold on.
A Goon-tastic Nightmare. God, I wish I could watch y'all react. I'm gonna go back and watch this once this is done because I haven't pulled up one
Just-
here.
Just
All right,
buckle
you
up,
ready?
kids.
I'm
Here we go.
bracing
This is
myself,
good.
frankly.
Here we go. Clang, clang. For the third time, Michael McCoy slams his hands down on the cast iron table located in his starship known as the Lady Karen. Clang. I said great dragon eggs. What in the hell are these? Michael stares blankly at his young, vivacious, and seemingly wet pupil. Do you think these will be good for the ceremony? Give me a break. These are too damn big. How are they going to fit? Eli, having gone through hell to get these eggs, stares blankly at Michael, and the only word that comes out of his mouth is Elfrona? I never said to go to Elfrona. Michael shouts at Eli. Again, Eli feels a tremendous sense of guilt and pride in his work, but not for the reasons Michael expects. In another room, a computer terminal lights up with an image of a starship beginning its docking sequence on the Lady Karen. This starship was absolutely one of kind, like the person who pilots it. A bright red N1 starfighter, piloted by one of Michael's oldest friends, Scotty, Jarod. Eli runs into the room with the computer terminal and excitedly yells, "The champion is here!" And Michael, in a panic, commands that Eli puts away the eggs that Michael had no desire even keeping. Eli follows Michael's demands by putting these eggs in a storage closet that contains all of Michael's organic waste. Now listen, Eli.
This is like an episode of
I've
Lower
known-
Decks.
Hold on, you're gonna love this part. Now listen, Eli. I've known a few folks like you. You clearly admire Scotty and look up to the rest of us because we are older. The main hallway's blast door flies open as Michael and Eli turn their head to see a shiny red astromech unit named BI-77, Bill for short, make his appearance. Whoopsie-doo, here comes the goo, stated BI-77 as it proceeds to ejaculate old oil across the freshly cleaned floors of the Lady Karen's main recreation room. I'm taking a break for a second so y'all can take that in. Okay.
It's gonna take a little breaky now.
Yeah,
little breaky.
Here we go. Only Scotty would outfit his astromech unit with a unique vocal channel, Michael says to himself, with a great
And the
sense of
ability
pride.
to ejaculate.
Yes. So wait, here comes the best part. Let me get my audio clip pulled up.
Wait, there's an audio clip?
Dude,
It's
listen,
a 4D experience.
Get ready.
Okay, here we go.
Put your 3D
Scotty
glasses
told
on
me
now.
to inform you that the other members of the Goon Flight Squadron are also an approach to the Lady Karen. I will begin to prep all your portholes by proper lubrication, injection, and...
Oh, the alligator, they moving to Kentucky River, they say, hello, it's our football.
Yeah, you go do that BI-77, but let Eli help you out. Michael says to the small droid as they continue to move past him. And out from the smoke, Michael hears the classic Scotty phrase, "How we doing, people?" Adorned in his royal Naboo white face makeup and in the finest bright members only outfit on this side of the galaxy, King Scotty Jarod of Naboo stands before Michael's eyes. Scotty, how are things, my star child? A name Michael gave Scotty back in their days in the Naboo flight program. Michael, things have been amazing. I struck a deal with the Nemotians. They'll be blocking all trade to Naboo and hopefully get me out of the office. I am tired of responsibility. Well, that's great, Scotty. It's been too long. And BI77 just told me everyone else would be arriving over the intercom speaker. Eli states, everyone's ship is now docking. I repeat, the Goon Squadron has all arrived. Once Eli's voice finished, Scotty commented on the bizarre crackling noise coming from the organic waste closet. A few moments pass, and Michael begins to set up the main performance area in somewhat of a hurry. Scotty slowly walks up and checks the closet to find 3 large black eggshells remain. But he thinks nothing of it because he's aware that McCoy's deep fascination with the concept of humans laying eggs. And maybe this is part of the experience. Gathered together at the elongated table sits Aldon and his finest tapestry woven cloak with a small data pad in hand. Jarod, the Jedi, with his apprentice. Hold on. Jarod the Jedi with his apprentice, Padawan Pong Krell. Orcon and Abyssin with his mystical singular all-seeing eye. BI77 fixated and chirping about his goo that lay waste on the floor. Trey, the finest collector of herbs and spice on this side of Niamos. Geraldo, a scholar in the galactic history and space erotica. The king of Naboo himself, Scotty Gerotto. And the head of the table is the playwright and poet, Michael McBoy. Dinner has been served, consumed, and discussed. The Goon Squadron looks back on their deep past and digital victories in the HoloNet-based application known as Twanker until a sudden noise pierced the ears of the dinner party directly above their heads. Here's where it gets good. I say, what in the dickens was that dreadful noise? Asked Geraldo. I concur, Geraldo. Captain McBoy, can you sing your adopted child to investigate the sound? Mentioned Alden. Eli isn't my kid, but I'll send him up there to check on it, Michael stated. Orcon stares blankly at the area where the noise came from, waiting for a possible attack. Trey fell asleep, and BI77 fascinated about the possibility of slowly kissing Trey's sleeping body. Padawan Pong Krell is on high alert, but his master has his hand on the blade. Now, Jerry, get ready for your line. All of a sudden, an eavesdropping Eli falls through the ceiling, and without the thought, Jarod slices Eli clean in half and screams,
"That motherfucker deserved or asked for it."
Well, you got your revenge, Jarod. How you feel?
This then prompted an absolute brawl to occur, which resulted in Pong Krell killing literally everyone, and the aliens that Eli brought on board the Lady Karen all in a plan to exact revenge on the Goons for never inviting him to the Goon Squadron. Little did Eli know, all the Goons were gathered here today for that very reason. The Goons wanted to see sweet baby Eli lay a crate dragon egg.
What? There are no words.
Jarod,
you
read the text I just sent you.
bassooned.
Jarod, please read the text I sent you.
One moment.
The text I sent Jarod midway through the story is my only like explanation for it.
Scotty, I think you just broke my brain.
There was so much world building. Why was there so much world building?
That was Scotty's attempt to write something as long as something I would write for one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 pages. It's 3 pages.
Like a new Silmarillion to like.
Oh, no, here we go. While we got the crown, while we have the crown, Jarod, what's going on?
It's actually frozen
And it's
closed
stuck.
at the moment. I was trying to do a bit where I'm like, I need a shot, and then it's frozen closed on me. Oh, yeah, I gotta read you.
Jarod, read my text to you. This is my only reaction to it.
Me, 1 minute in, there are 7 levels to this. Me, 5 minutes in, there are 7,000 levels to this. Me, 10 minutes in, there are 700,000 levels to this.
Oh man.
First of all, I don't like your implication that I'd be capable of trading someone like Concro.
I just love that. I just love there was such subtleties when I wrote this. I'm like, oh my god,
era?
I can finally.
What era does this take place in?
This is like, God, I guess this is like a little bit before TPM. So
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say because they were blockading Naboo.
Yeah, they're blocking
is
Naboo.
alive.
Are we really gonna try to figure out the canonicity of that acid trip?
Yes.
Did you hear the world building that went into that shit? Did you hear that? That was George Lucas level world building.
Oh no, Orcon. Did you hear my story?
Greetings, Orcon.
I literally have no idea what's happening. I just joined.
Oh my
Connor,
buddy,
Orcon,
you
do me a favor,
literally
do
just
me a
leave.
stream, watch
Leave.
the past 10
Leave.
minutes, and
Yes.
then I'm so sorry for your brain in the aftermath of the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, go watch the stream and you'll come back in. You'll be worth it.
Just
I
kick me
promise.
out.
Actually, that's my favorite thing.
And that was the cameo from
That's my
Conor.
favorite little thing that he put in there is Orcon is an Abyssin because
Yes.
they
Did
have
you
one
like
eye.
that? Did you like that? That was good. I sat there and thought about it. I like that Michael's name was the only thing it was Michael McBoy instead of Michael McBoy.
There we go.
I thought you were gonna change like everybody's name a little bit, but like no, it was
Just a
only
little bit.
Michael.
I mean, that was a great cold open.
I was
by
just
the way.
Jared, the Jedi. There was no dark.
Jared the
He
Jedi.
didn't even make
That's
the
what
great
made it so-
Jedi joke. It was just Jared, who happens to be
Well,
a
because
Jedi.
you haven't gone gray or dark yet. See,
it's a prequel.
That happens
It's a
after you
prequel.
train
Also,
Paul
I was
McCrell.
really
Yet
wondering
there's
if-
so much history to this squad already.
there
There's
is.
much world building.
there is yeah, like actually speaking of Connor,
universe.
once he gets back here, this is gonna be like a gold mine to him. There's so much Bombad lore in this.
There really is. He's right. I mean, you're 100% right, Eli. God, that was a fun one. I was laughing. This is the worst part. I was like, my kids were doing an assignment today. I was like laughing at my desk typing this out. Oh man,
Oh,
where's
go up to the beginning again. There's a great moment from the beginning.
Which one?
That's freaking. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's nice job with Elfrona. Nice job with that.
That was a good one. I also
Jeez.
Oh, these were good. I love that I pilot a red N1 starfighter, but I also like that Michael's obsessed with eggs for some reason. I wonder why.
Well, it's because Connor got on that big thing about cooking eggs like a month ago, and so I always make fun of it.
That's the other thing I was interested in. I was wondering if another piece of Star Wars con. I wondered if somebody was going to start eating the eggs. Like as soon as I heard eggs, I'm like, uh-oh.
Well,
that's where
These are
all of
not
this is
gonna be-
leading to ultimately. I mean, come on. You got to
Pretty
read the
much.
Maybe if Gruge was here, he would eat some of the eggs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What I'm excited for is next year.
Oh my
we're gonna-
god!
What?
Oh,
Oh, look, no,
Gruge.
Gruge has made his
Gruge.
appearance again, and he's got Gruge. Are you actually? I know you're like 50 years old, like standard years and stuff, but you're still technically a child. Are you really supposed to be drinking that Kentucky Gentleman right there?
Can someone explain
drinking
Gruge to me? I
milk?
think I missed this bit.
no.
Yeah, me too.
Well, but that's
What
good,
the
Gruge.
fuck was
Gruge.
that?
That's Gruge.
That's nightmare fuel.
That's Gruge.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
What am I watching?
Turn it off. Turn it off, or I get Cookie Cop out. Turn it off, or I'm bringing Cookie Cop.
Cookie Cop can't save
Stop.
you now.
He doesn't like when you say to turn him off. He's crying. You made him cry. You made Gruge cry.
Damn it, Jerry,
Thanks.
you ruined
Wow, what a jerk! Come on,
man.
What a jerk! Jeez, I'm gonna get Gruge out of here. Gruge, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by,
yeah,
Gruge.
missed-
Thank you.
missed
Enjoy your
something
Kentucky
pretty
Gentleman with Annabelle. You know.
Well, we have another one, Jerry. I would love if you could read this one. It's in the Google Drive, and it's going to be Brian. No, actually, wait. Let's see
You
what
say
we
Jared
should
or Jerry.
do. Either maybe Jerry. Let's see. Hold on. Would you rather me read kind of a scary one, or would you want me to do Williams' final one? Williams is a big one. What do y'all think?
I think we should do Williams and then Brian's and then mine.
Then get scary. All right. Let's
Well,
do that.
no.
Let's do that.
I still have a story. Thank you very much.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Jerry, do you want to do yours? Is yours scary
Let's do
or is
Jerry's.
yours?
Okay, all right, we can't. And honestly, you'll have to tell me at the end. I wanted to do something. This is more. So Scotty was very goon centric. I did a very Bombad cast centric.
Ooh, excited.
This is Bombad lore. But I also, we'll just have to see, because I tried to put as much levity in this as I could, but I'm too much of a like the great Jordan Peele. You know, I'm great at comedy and also a fucking psychopath and really scary, good at traumatizing people. So,
Jerry, I will just
let me go ahead. What's up?
I was gonna say Jerry tried to send it to me earlier, but I tried to access the file and I was banned by Nightbot.
Nightbot.
There's no possible way.
Nightbot. There's no possible way.
There's no possible way.
No.
All right, Jay, let's hear this.
Nightbot and I will nuke you from orbit. Just that we found that out already. So here we go. I would like to present for the Midnight Club's approval. And I wrote this literally like 30 minutes before jumping on here. This is called Five Nights at Pasquale's.
Oh my God.
Let's go, dude.
You say
get ready, get ready, William. Get ready, William. And I need silence on the floor. I need silence on the floor for the beginning. For the beginning, I want you to react. But I want you to feel the palpable fear. Okay. 5 nights at Pasquale's. The job seemed innocuous enough at the start, as most things do. Stay at your assigned location from closing time until the disgruntled teenage assistant manager showed up to relieve you. Make your rounds, around the premises to ensure no urban explorers or kids with absent fathers were trying to pull a B&E on your watch. Sure, I mean, there's a bit of unease being the only living soul in such a large building that reeked of stale pizza sauce with creepy animatronics for the duration of all of the various witching hours. But, you didn't take the security job because you were fearless. It was easy money. Just that.
Uh-oh.
Just sit here with the stench of moldy pizza till the sun comes up and cha-ching. Or so I thought. Unfortunately, I'd soon discover why this gig had such a high turnover rate. What follows is a brief log of my 5 nights at Pasquale's Pizza, Pasta, and Playtime Emporium. A slowly dying offshoot venture to grub more money out of annoyed parents into the pockets of one Charles Entertainment. Yeah, you know the rest. The dump I was tasked to guard was the only one left after the other 10 locations had all shut down after strange and horrific freak accidents occurred on the premises. I just wish I'd taken the omens to heart. Wait, where was I? Oh, yeah, the log. Sorry. I'm so scattered after, well, it'll make sense as we go along.
Jerry,
5 nights
you
at
write
Pasquale's
yourself
log.
so well.
Thank you.
You really do.
You write you really well.
Night 1. Pretty average first day, or night, I suppose. Nothing of note except I swear every time I made my rounds and passed through the stage area of the dining area, or the stage room of the dining area, I swear I saw Pasquale's eyes dart away from me when we made eye contact, if you can call it that. Almost as if it was watching me as I passed and looked away whenever, again, we met eyes. It's got to be my nerves. And besides me creeping myself out, all was quiet. Well, I mean, except for the entire hour of 3 a.m. to 4. When I could swear I heard Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, but like with a more killer bass line.
Oh my.
Night 2. Update. There are no more ifs. Pasquale's eyes were definitely following me. But it
check the private
chat. Didn't look away. It didn't look away despite me locking eyes with it. Must be a bug in programming or something. Also, I'm absolutely hearing Man in the Mirror, the Man in the Mirror cover from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. And the bass line absolutely slaps. Night 3. Is that the 5? Yeah, turn that up. Night 3.
We ain't cool no more.
Tonight. What the hell is this? Tonight on my rounds, I noticed the Pasquale animatronic was missing. Okay, turn it down a little bit because now I'm distracted.
By the way, bring Conor back in.
No, not yet, because he's just start talking.
Hold on. Okay. Tonight on my rounds, night 3, I noticed the Pasquale animatronic was missing. I'm telling myself it's just out for maintenance. Also, I figured out where the live music is coming from. The animatronic band plays Man in the Mirror for an hour every night from 3 to 4. Obviously, just some bug in the system or just dedicated band practice, I guess. Either way, it gets louder every night, and I can hear it clearly from the security office. Still can't bring myself to check the cams in that room at that time. Baseline remains killer. Night 4.
Shit.
I'm not going on any more rounds. Whoever can break in and whoever wants can break in and steal all the tokens from the arcade as far as I care, but I'm not leaving the office. Not after my first round of the night. One will have to be enough. Simply because at the end of said round, as I was re-entering the office, I took one last chance glance down the long, dark corridor that led back to the family fun zone, and in the dim light of the Deal or No Deal arcade game, I saw a figure. No details, only shadow. What looked like a man, only cartoonishly chonkier, with an absurdly large handlebar mustache jutting from each side of its meteor-sized head, wearing what appeared to be a chef's hat.
Oh, no.
Who was this mystery chungus? I just added that part. Sorry. That's an after edit. That's an after edit.
That's a big fucking
We needed a little levity.
You're about to make
and even though I couldn't
change.
see the eyes, I knew it was watching me. He was watching me. Also, the 3 to 4 jam session was the loudest I've heard yet. The bass line still rocks my shit.
I take it back. There are 8 levels to this.
The final night.
Shit.
Oh my god.
The music started as soon as I closed the office door at the start of my shift tonight. As soon as the last employee left, in fact, like it knew that I was the only person there. It never stopped. It grew louder and louder each passing moment until I finally cracked and checked the cam feed. They were staring into the camera.
Ah!
The band Pasquale, and they weren't alone. They had an audience. In the dining area where the families with screaming toddlers eat cheap risotto stood hundreds of robed figures, each in a red robe with an embroidered black mustache on the back across the shoulders.
What the shit, dude?
They were all chanting. I changed my tune. I changed my tune. I changed my tune. It got louder. I changed my tune. 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 Until it became a roar. I changed my tune. I changed my tune.
Holy shit.
I exited out of the security office window and never looked back. I will never be able to wipe what I've seen from my mind. It's impossible to get Man in the Mirror out of my head. I hum it all day, every day, mindlessly. That bass line, though.
I think this is a more accurate time to say, Jerry, we ain't
The
cool.
end?
Oh, make a change.
So
wow.
Was that funny yet horrifying?
Jerry,
yes,
I was so genuinely impressed with that because not only was it genuinely funny and like written in such a like you have like a very casual way of speaking, and that very much comes through with your writing. Like it feels very natural.
Thank you.
And what I really loved about that was how it played on real creepypasta tropes. Like every like one of them in like a generic story like this, you hit on and parodied perfectly. I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
I think I had Jared's number there at the end, like with
You did.
the dude with them fucking looking at the camera. I had to walk out to my car. I actually creeped myself out walking out to my car to get my lotion for my hands.
Did you really?
Writing this shit? Yeah, I was like, ooh. I have problems.
My thing was I wasn't sure exactly when like. My brain was just constantly fluctuating between laughing and crying. Like I didn't know exactly which to do it at either moment, so I kind of just didn't.
Yeah,
damn.
That's what I want to do. I want to confuse the hell out of you, and also
It was
scare and
genuinely really solid horror comedy. Like
it was. It really was.
I really need to commend. I also need to commend the Hereditary homage because I changed my tune, just felt very Hail Payment.
I've never actually seen Hereditary, so that's great that I'm just picking up on the horror consciousness. Then,
God, that was good.
I just love culty
felt
stuff.
Like the end of Hereditary, it really did.
Yeah.
God, we need to bring in Conor real quick. Conor has some thoughts about the most recent one, and the one previous to this one. What's going on, Conor?
Dude, William. I don't know what to say about William's story because that was just like bonkers.
Did you think that was William?
This one that we just read? That was
no.
That was
I'm talking
Scotty.
about what the Goon Squad story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was William. I was like,
No, it was
how is he?
Scotty.
I thought that was William because I'm like, how is he this tapped in?
Don't you give him that credit?
No. That was Scotty.
How is he this tapped in?
No.
He's
Scotty,
in too deep.
He's in too deep.
Oh,
yeah, no.
that's funny.
No, Scotty,
I will send
that
a
was,
copy. By the way, go ahead.
That was just bonkers.
Yes.
I will make sure to send a
bonkers.
copy to William to post on the website though, because I completely forget. Again, I wrote that an hour ago. So
that
was
you wrote that an hour ago.
The 5 Nights at Pasquale. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I got home from dropping off Eleanor and sat down, put on my green noise from the Better Sleep app to focus, and I wrote myself my creepypasta.
God, that was a good story, Jerry.
I wish I could write one that fast, dude. That
was well done. Mine took like 2 days, but like an hour working on it. Like it probably took 2 hours, just like working on it for a minute and working on it for again. That's impressive that you were to churn that one out. God, but that's the thing though, Michael. You write a lot. I don't write often, and neither does Jerry, at least to my knowledge.
I did know, and I mean, like I used to do a lot more, stuff like that. I used to write songs, and so I feel like I really appreciate the feedback because it's not something creative writing isn't something I do a lot. So I appreciate.
Oh, you did it.
That
was amazing. That was great.
Boom.
Damn. So Conor, I didn't ask you. What
I had to add the Chongus thing.
That was
the Chongus thing was amazing.
That was
the Goon one.
I meant to put it in
bonkers.
And didn't. So. Anyway.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, God, Jerry, that was killer. That one's gonna sit with me for a while. I'm not gonna lie, that was very well done.
I think everyone's gonna watch whenever we play the ending. Now, everyone's gonna be a little more uneasy. I think
they really are. Oh, that's good stuff. Jerry writes sins, not tragedies.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch the rest of it because I think I only got to I only entered into part of it once I rewatched the Scotty Goon Squad story.
Well, you're gonna enjoy it. Enjoy it. This next one, Jerry, do you want to read this one as well, or should I read this one? What do you think? It's Williams. It's Williams' submission.
Oh wow, it is. Oh wow, there is.
Do you mind if I? Well, so it's in the. Hold on.
It's in the drive. It's in the drive.
I got to make sure I get to the right drive here.
Oh, I'm excited.
Get to the drive.
Creepypasta, you get to the drive pad.
Jared, by the way, let's praise Jared for his background. Look at this. It's like nice. He looks nice.
Jesus
I was gonna
Christ,
say,
Jared.
Jared,
what
you
the
look.
hell?
You've been such a good boy. You have your birthday.
He's turned to the dark side.
He's gonna make it a change.
Oh fuck! The bots are back. They're thirsty for Jared.
I changed my tune.
God, that was good. Wait, so the Five Nights was the Five Nights at Freddy's thing. It should be the title's amazing. The title should be oh wait, I didn't.
Two Star Wars
Hold
theory
on.
ones.
There's 2 Star Wars theories. Let me fix that. That was my fault.
Brian, I need to
Give me a
just. I'm just gonna answer in Brian's comment. I have not read Williams. I didn't know.
No,
I don't know what's
think
going
Brian's
on right
saying
now.
You should read William's story on the stream.
No, he said how. Oh, I'm not reading. What the hell was that?
I did not know that was Jared.
Oh my god, it's Jared. Oh,
it's Jared. I don't know. I did not.
Jared,
know
we
happening.
gotta make a horror
confused.
short.
I was
We
like,
gotta make a
what's someone
horror
listening
short.
to right now.
I thought that was like a audio clip from Bombadcast.
Oh look.
Make it a change.
Fuck.
That is
Okay,
absolutely terrifying. What do you have to say about that Tinder Hot XYZ best adult dating site?
Tinder Hot.
Heart looks like
XYZ.
heart
best
emoji.
adult
Did you say impossible?
Pasquale?
There are 100 hot milfs in your area. Click here to find.
Oh my god!
I wish I could send him me. You know what? Oh,
Look at Brian.
Gigolo Pasquale.
Gigolo Pasquale. Dear Lord.
Oh, what's
All
up,
right,
Jim?
Jerry.
It's good to have
Jerry,
you, Jim.
it's in the drive
Okay.
now, so you can read it.
It's in a drive. Here we go.
It's in a drive.
I'm very
It's in the
curious to see what
drive.
Williams' story is.
Well, now with Williams is a
the one
continuation.
that starts with a
He's-
D.
Yes. So Williams been hyping this one at work. I call it work, but I guess for him it's school.
You guys are co-workers.
Wait.
School is just work for children.
I said that one time to my buddy Chase,
School
but
is just work for
I described my teenage students as coworkers. He goes, "That's really weird." I'm like, "That's weird when you think about it." I was at
And
work.
when you
and
add
these
this show to the whole equation, it gets even weirder.
weirder. It does. It does. Well, William was telling me this while he was at school when I was at work. So he's a friend from work. Y'all are going to really enjoy this one. It's a continuation of his story from last year, which he
Oh, yes.
prefaces. So it's pretty good.
Yes,
Here we go.
The title is very fantastic.
Give me a second. I need to get a horror background.
Here we go. Maybe I should I try to get your horror background going? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's pause
Something
for
that's-
Eli.
No,
what
I
can be
gotta have
scarier than your current background?
Freaking
I'm
every
just-
stream I need to be on has to have a different background.
What's the title?
Well, I'm
hold
glad
on,
it's a
hold
hostel
on.
this
Should I
time.
do now, Connor? You've been on stream with me when I did the Grievous robot.
Yes!
for,
Yes!
my story.
Please!
Now I don't want to do that for this one, but should I try to do the Clone Wars opening voice like the Tom Kane kind of thing?
Conflict on Umbara.
Yes.
We'll get around the planet of right
Dave Filoni and the Tale of the Black-Eyed Mayonnaise, Episode 2, The Man in the Mirror, with all the ices, of course.
Oh
a
my
savior will save the people, not the casinos, by William Hardy.
Dedications to those who have always stayed Bombad. Popeye, Drew Brees, Dave Filoni, Rick McCallum.
Okay.
Jesus. Earthquake Katrina Jr.
That's a deep reference between William and I.
And StayBombad.com, a subsidiary of Bombadcast. I added the last
A subsidiary.
Previously on Dave Filoni and the Tale of the Black-Eyed Mayonnaise. Dave Filoni brought home Burger King one night and would enjoy this meal in his living room for himself due to the fact that his wife, E. Ann, was away from their house.
I love that he did that.
I know that's her action, but like it's funny, like to just get like that's how he refers to her. E. Ann, this is my wife, E. Ann.
Yeah.
E. Period. Ann.
That is definitely how he refers to his wife. Yes, 100%.
Oh, absolutely. He heard a mysterious knock on his door. He didn't know what to do. He opened the door to find demons of darkness at his door. These demons took the form of mayonnaise. But they had black eyes and icy logos covering the mayonnaise logos. A mysterious man who took the role of their master appeared from the shadows of the night into the faint light of the streetlights. Dave saw this guy and recognized him from the Circle K gas station earlier in the day. The man seemed to be driving a beat-up van covered in the icy logo. Dave was taken by the shoulders of this man to the back of the icy van. Where, holy shit. The man formally introduced himself. Oh my God. Formally introduced himself as Eric Cotterman.
What a reference. What a twist.
Oh my God.
This is getting real. He mentioned that it is his job to go around and act as if he were an icy Mormon and preach the way of the icy to everyone. Dave was interested in his ways and asked if he could go along with Eric on his adventure and turn to his icy ways. Eric said, okay, and opened the passenger door for Dave to chill in what Eric called the coldest van in town.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Wow.
This is amazing. Oh,
I take it
Jesus.
back. There are 16 layers to this.
Oh, hold on, I've got to.
It's still going, isn't it?
Oh, there's more. There is more. I've got to catch my breath. Okay, so he opened the passenger door for Dave to chill in what Eric called the coldest van in town, but is more formally known as the icy van. Oh, the places they would go. Their journey. Dave and Eric had an eventful start to their journey. The first thing that they decided to do is attend a football game of the LSU Tigers to mourn the loss of their beloved Coach O. They attended this game. They attended this game and decided to begin chanting "Go Tigers" in Coach O's accent. This may have been the pinnacle of the event their night, the pinnacle of event of their night, if it weren't for what happened after the game. After the game, they went to the parking lot to retrieve their van, but they had to make a pit stop at the same Circle K that Eric worked at. They needed to make this pit stop due to the fact that the icy van was running low on fuel. Jesus Christ, I can't see you guys. I'm reading this thing and then anyway. Where was I, Jesus? I don't know.
The van. What
type of
Did you just
fuel?
have an entire conversation with God by yourself?
Yes.
Where was I, Jesus? I don't know.
I'm imagining myself being circled in a circle of light right now. They needed to make this pit stop due to the fact that the icy van was running low on fuel. What type of fuel, you may ask? Icy. Not just any icy.
Oh my God.
But this very van ran on Coke Icy.
Wow.
They went and refueled. The best thing about having a van which runs on Icy is the fact that this van's fuel is priced quite low, except for when you're going around to all the gas stations trying to find the Coke Icy. Remember, Scotty? That's the worst. That's me. This is me breaking. Yeah. Then you're out of luck. But once they were done, They wanted to drive down to New Orleans to meet up with an old friend. They got on the road and began to trek down the interstate. During this drive, they listened to many songs, but mainly songs by The Fray, and also a song Dave knew very well called You're the Inspiration. They continued to drive to New Orleans and got off in the French Quarter. This place is the place where their old friend Popeye hangs out. They walked down Bourbon Street and finally found him by hearing the sound of his beautiful voice. Had a little bit of money, said the Lord did me good.
Got all kinds of shit.
God.
Bitch, I'm Popeye.
They greeted Popeye and enjoyed some nice old shots of Hawaiian Punch and cracked some glow sticks to make them glow. The Hawaiian Punch with the ketchup bag. Anyway, they enjoyed the good vibes that Popeye gives off, and they, along with Pop, were on their way once again. They decided to drive down to Biloxi and to listen to two of their favorite bands in concert. Dave, Eric, and Popeye again jammed to The Fray on their way to the concert. They picked up Scotty Jarod and ate Chinese food in a town in Mississippi. All four were extremely excited to see these bands in concert. They arrived at the concert and waited for the lights to turn on. The lights finally turned on and were blinding. They may not have been able to see, but they were definitely able to hear. Did you say impossible?
Pasquale?
The crowd went nuts.
I was wondering when that was
Pizza Time Players were the opening act for this amazing concert. The song went on. They all sang along. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Oh, yeah. Even the Flowers were there. Sorry, I added that. Sorry, William. I'm making changes. They finished their song. Not Michael Jackson's. Not Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. They also went on to play many of their other hits. But in no time, that concert was over. The big act was coming on now. Again, the lights went out. The crowd went silent. As the lights were out, they heard a beautiful voice over the speakers. Step one, you say we need to talk. The crowd went absolutely ballistic. The Fray had just begun their world tour, and their first show was in Biloxi.
No.
Yes. Wow.
There's still more, by the way. The Fray and the Pizza Time Players using the power. Excuse me. It was a fantastic show, and Dave Filoni and company got free backstage passes to meet the Fray and the Pizza Time Players. Using the power that these backstage passes gave them, they kidnapped Pasquale and were to bring him to the icy van. This wasn't very hard.
5 Nights at Pasquale's.
I was gonna say this is like after the 5 Nights at Pasquale's. This is here we go.
This is what scarred Pasquale for life.
Yes, this wasn't very hard. The only issue was that Pasquale kept asking them to make a change, which really annoyed them. I changed my tune. They finally got him into the van.
It's all connected.
Take his mouth shut.
This is the cinematic universe.
They decided to drive up to Michigan to pick up their old friend Gerry Cable, whose address is. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't write my address. It's fine. The drive to Michigan was quite boring, but they finally made it and picked Gerry up. They all enjoyed ices from the van, except Pasquale, of course, and continued to drive all the way back down to New Orleans. Again, the drive to New Orleans was boring and uneventful. But they finally made it. But something was wrong. The ground started shaking. What is happening? Thought Dave. Oh, no. But Eric knew. Eric knew the horrors to come. He knew how to make this stop, but he needed someone, a messiah, a savior, a sacrifice.
Oh, no.
It's the title of the next chapter, A Sacrifice. The city of New Orleans is on edge.
This shit's got chapters.
It could fall to easy very soon if action wasn't taken quickly. The gambling ways of the people of New Orleans had become too much for the concrete to handle. The city needed the man in the mirror to save it.
Oh, Jesus.
There is a house in New Orleans.
Oh,
That's the title of the next section. That's a great title, William. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Superdome. This echoed through the air. A cloud of
I thought they were
smoke
going in a different
appeared
direction.
above the Superdome. It took a good few minutes to dissolve. Once the cloud faded, it was clear who was behind it. The ground continued to shake. Behind that cloud was a legend, a Drew Brees, a savior. Drew brought his hands up. He stopped the tectonic plates from moving instantly. Harrah's Casino in New Orleans collapsed on the top of itself. The casino was gone. The city looked better than ever. Earthquake Katrina Jr., as it was called, was over. The city seemed normal at this
Katrina?
point. Listen, hey, shut up. We're reading, okay? The city seemed normal at this point. Maybe even better than ever. Drew had saved the city. But what would come of it? The end. Sally, Bombadcast 1, a totally Bombad experience. The end.
That was it. Wow.
Wow.
Is that the next chapter? Like
That's
Scotty,
the next chapter. The
Scotty,
Sally House.
Eric,
Wow.
Dave, me,
you, Drew Brees,
Popeye,
Drew Brees, like
Drew.
All I
the
can
savior.
say-
Pasquale will return in the Sally Bombadcast
that
1.
was William. that was
William's brain is bigger
incredible.
than all of our brains combined.
God.
Like,
Yep.
Oh, easily.
That was Galaxy Brain in the best way.
Like,
It was insane.
that is way
There
better
were,
than
like-
anything I read. I was his age. Like, that's genuinely
Jesus.
incredible.
That was phenomenal. That was Bombad.
I love the chapter, not chapters necessarily. I guess the
titles,
section titles were
God.
great.
It's broken
was
up into
good.
acts. It's like a Shakespearean
Yes.
5-act
Hey,
play.
come chill in what I like to call the coolest place in the coolest van in town, or something.
It is an epic of gigantic proportions, is what it is.
It
I agree.
absolutely is.
It's funny because, like, you
Oh,
know,
Lord.
like I said, I work with William. He's my coworker, and it's funny because, like, when you
Coldest
work with
van in
someone like
town.
that,
That's what it is.
he will walk up to me and just say some just off the wall stuff like what you just read, like, and I mean that.
The
He will
coldest
straight
van
up
in
just
town.
like, it's just the most incredible thing, and like, I don't know, he had been hyping this up for me for weeks, and like he straight up was like, "You're gonna love it," and I'm like, I hope I do, and it was
That
just
didn't disappoint.
That
it was
phenomenal.
perfect.
It
It was
delivered.
perfect.
William, you
Well
had
done,
me.
kiddo.
I couldn't breathe, and so I had to stop and catch myself, catch my breath.
The Drew Brees thing
honestly,
caught me off guard.
The
I was not
coldest van
expecting
in
that.
town needs to be a Bombadcast shirt somehow.
Coldest
We need to
van
like the coldest van in town on the side of a white panel van
Yes.
in the IC logo.
I'm very
and then
disappointed
Bombadcast
that
underneath
the
it.
Fray was mentioned several times, and we never got
God.
a "Where did I go wrong?"
How did you enjoy that though? There towards the end, like with like that was a great reveal that he had, like, you know, the
good.
lights were
That
down,
was brilliant.
and you heard the smooth
10 out of
tone. Step one. I was like, this man,
That
brilliant,
was phenomenal.
brilliance. Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Like
yes.
half of me was thinking, like, oh, what if it's Paul? I was thinking like Paul Stanley. For
I thought
some
that
reason.
too. That is exactly
I
what
was
I
like,
thought.
it's probably Paul
The
Stanley.
savior.
So then I heard step one, and I'm like,
I need
no
a
way,
hero.
no way.
We can never escape that song.
To the end of the
God.
night.
We're all damned.
We're all
It's so
down
funny.
to the fray.
If you were to like stumble upon this podcast or this show at this point, and like you heard the most 3 recent creepypastas, you would be like, "What? I don't really get any of this." Like,
Scotty,
it would be
that's not
brutal.
just all shows.
It's literally
Well,
deep
you're right.
lore.
You're right.
It's this episode
Listen.
was just deep lore incorporated.
That's
It is
what I said
God, it was
earlier. I don't
good.
know if you heard me say that. I'm like, once the Scotty story stopped, I'm like, Connor's gonna have a field day with this because there's so much Bombad lore.
I haven't written as much Bombad lore as I've wanted to. I've just kind of like fallen off of that thing.
What the hell are we paying you for?
I'm not being paid.
This
I wish I
might
was.
asking
that all the time.
Connor's the worst Bombad intern.
I would like to get an outsider's opinion. I feel like even if you don't know what's going on, it's so ridiculously like it's like what the F is going on?
I remember, and
Like-
again, this was longer ago than.
Can we get a mod?
This was not as long as I'd like to think it is, but like I remember the first time I was on one of your streams, not the trivia one, like the actual first one I was on. I was like, I don't know quite what's happening, but I'm just gonna go with it.
It's a vibe, though. It's a whole vibe.
That's what you
But
got to
it's
do.
weird. I was hoping this dude would show up right here. There will be a moment where he does. You know,
He'll be the villain of the next arc.
I know. I at this point have come acquainted enough with William and his style that like I'm being saved for something. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
really
you're-
Yes.
afraid of what it is.
Yes. Like
I'm
William
really afraid.
I'm very scared to
This
see
is-
what
William
William.
makes TikToks about Jared. So like think
William-
about that. You go to William TikToks.
William-
They're pretty much Jared.
Jared is the
Hold on.
Palpatine of this
William does
story.
not only make TikToks about me, he basically makes fan cams of me and Scotty's rivalry.
Oh, I didn't
It's
follow William on
incredible.
TikTok now. Jesus.
I just
William, you put the fear of God in this man tonight.
Jared's gonna be the best like final
That was
enemy.
awesome.
Like he's gonna be Hurricane Katrina Jr.
Yeah,
has no
he-
match against Jared.
No,
I'm gonna be the Thanos of like the Icy Van saga.
You know, Jared's gonna be like the Thanos,
The Icy
Palpatine,
Van
the
saga.
big bad. You know, watching
Yeah.
over in the corner. Like,
And now that I said that, I'm going to get like the exact like line of like, you know, word failure bring you back to me.
Back to
like
me.
I'm gonna just get exclusively
or I was thinking, I was gonna thinking like Scotty was gonna approach you, and he was like, "Don't worry, I've taken care of Earthquake Katrina Jr. I'll kill you too. I have died before."
Do you hear this?
I've died before.
Do you see this?
I've died before.
Listen, he's in the
Oh,
writer's
God.
room right now.
Dear God.
He is right
I'm
currently.
very
Bring up Brian.
I'm very scared
William's
to see what
like
he
got-
does.
William has storyboards and like highlighters,
William's
like a
like
pink and
me
a
planning
yellow,
out
just
future
like
content.
real, fake, real.
William's like me planning future epic confrontations, but like times 5.
Exactly.
Way more detailed. Well, William, amazing submission. I want to send Jared.
Fantastic,
I'm gonna let you read this one. I sent it in the private chat. This is Brian Finney's, but I wrote Brian Hennessy because it makes me laugh. If you can read that one.
Because he's always drunk. Oh, I'm just playing.
Oh,
There was
he's-
this
he's-
really funny gentleman at the wedding Taylor and I were just at, who his name was Pip. He was a very funny man, and
Oh,
he
wow.
just occasionally would just like and get the Hennessy. And every time there's this texture in his voice that every time you've made a Hennessy joke, I've thought of Pip.
Yeah.
now.
By the way,
That's awesome.
Listen,
By the way-
this has got to be our new tagline. Like when the next like poster that we make at Celebration is gonna say, "If you like cocaine and Star Wars, you'll love Bombad."
You'll love Bombadcast.
I just saw something. So Jerry Scotty just sent the story to us in the private chat. And I saw that it was a clone story. I'm not going to spoil anything else. And
Yes,
I
it
did
is a
Command
clone
F on the document, and I searched for Krell, and there wasn't any Pong Krell in there, and I was very disappointed.
I'm glad, dude.
Eli
Krell.
Eli
Yeah.
doing the vetting process that Scotty and I barely even think about.
Oh God, I love it. Well,
Brown
Jared,
liquor.
are you ready to
Brown liquor
ready to
is
read,
cold
buddy?
for the vocal cords.
I have a torn larynx. Sorry. That
Please
was a
read it.
deep
We're
cut
coming.
for people
We're coming
who's
for you.
watching the trials. Yeah.
Jared,
All right,
please
ladies and
read it.
gentlemen. Ah,
Oh no, it looks
I got
like
it.
you're
I got it.
okay,
I was
gonna
trying to
say,
move it.
Your birthday party room's falling apart. It's
Okay.
earthquake. It's earthquake Katrina Junior.
Infinity Gauntlet. Anyway,
Yeah, there you go.
this will be my theme music.
That is first.
Coat. All right. Untitled by Brian Hennessy. It was Life Day Eve, and the 501st was on leave back on Coruscant. After wandering the city for a few hours, I decided I should spend it with my only family I have, my clone brothers. I opted to transport to the entertainment district towards the Clone Bar 79s. I got off the transport about a block away and was almost struck by a speeder as it blew past me. As the speeder passed the bar, I could see a door open and someone just step out of the door of the speeder as if it was stopped at a curb. I ran ahead and pushed my way through the gathering crowd and announced that I was a medic. When I got to the man, he was obviously dead. When he stepped out of the speeder, he fell, striking his face on the corner of the curb and causing damage damage akin to French kissing a thermal detonator. Yeah, France in space.
Don't want to do that.
But there was Gorge, aka CT2982. He was attempting to give the stranger mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Horrified, I pulled Gorge off the stranger. His face was covered in blood, and he looked like a monkey lizard who had been feasting on a womp rat. Turns out he had been tossed out of 79s for his drunken behavior just seconds before the stranger jumped out of the speeder. But he was so drunk he didn't realize the stranger no longer had a mouth to breathe into. Looking behind him in the crowd, I saw BU11, the bartender from 79s. I grabbed Gorge from the hand and hand him to BU. That's clever, the way it's written. And tell him to take him inside and pour some vodka on him to clean him up and sanitize him. Coruscant security force arrives at about this time. They questioned the speeder driver who told them that he was driving his friends home from another bar, but he wanted to stop at 79s. He was recently divorced, and it was his first life day since losing his wife and kids. But he was so drunk, his friends just wanted to take him home. But as the speeder passed 79s, the stranger just opened the door and stepped out as if it were stopped. A few minutes later, an LAAT lands nearby, and the stranger's body is loaded in and shipped off. I go inside the bar, but I'm no longer in a partying mood, and I don't feel like drinking. This is supposed to be my holiday break, a chance to get away from all the death we see on the battlefield. It feels like death follows me like a shadow. Then Gorge stumbles up, slurring. Thanks, Kix. I love you, man. I offer to walk him home, and we take our leave. But then, as we approach the spot where the stranger lay just minutes before, Gorge drops to his knees, hunched over. I thought he was vomiting, but when I tried to help him up, I see he was lapping up the coagulated blood on the pavement. His face was changed, and he's looking at me with a crazed look in his eyes. We're predators, Kix. We were bred by the Kaminoans to be mindless killers. You know what happens when a predator tastes human blood? We develop a thirst, a hunger for more. I'm beginning to wonder if BU had fed Gorge some reactor coolant or something because this was crazy shit. I grab Gorge and get him to his feet. Let's go, buddy. You've had way too much to drink. Let's get you some food to absorb all that booze. I'm carrying him back to the barracks when Gorge stumbles into a Rhodian who starts screaming at us. I apologize to the alien, but he punches Gorge and runs. Gorge begins to go after him until I grab him and hold him back. That's when I noticed the bright green blood on the Rhodian's arms dripping on the ground and on Gorge's face. He looks at me, but with that crazed look again, and says, "You were right. I needed to eat something, but Kix, Rhodian blood doesn't taste as good. That little finger sucker was delicious, though." At that point, I turn away from him, and my stomach churns. The nausea's getting to me, so I'm only half listening when Gorge glibly says, "I've tasted my own blood. Does that mean I love the taste of Fett blood or clone blood?" I turn in horror just as Gorge pulls out a blaster, and before I can say anything more, there's a blue flash, then darkness. I woke up around 4 hours later in an alley, lightheaded, but somehow still with a horrible headache and a numb left thumb. Gorge is gone, and with him my left ring finger. Thankfully, after he drank a liter of blood, he was nice enough to tie off my arm with a tourniquet from my med pack. He was never seen again, but every now and then you'll hear stories of a clone vampire on the lower levels of the city.
Dude, that was sick as fuck.
That
was awesome.
badass. Holy
Chills.
hell.
That was so good.
Dude.
Bro, that was
canon. I want
that.
that to be canon. A vampire, like a vampiric, like
the clone cannibal dog.
Dessert,
that was
like
badass.
Oh,
We're-
like a vampire,
that was
like
awesome.
we have the Daniel Jose Older GIF. We need to have that video clip
Yes.
on somebody.
Canon.
Yeah, that.
Oh man, like a
the line
some
of
kind of
about
virus
Fett
or
blood,
something.
That was genius. The Fett blood
Yeah.
line that legit gave me chills.
Oh
God, that was
man.
good. Jared, great job reading that one. That one I wouldn't have handled well. That's pretty brutal. Damn. What do you think of it, Connor?
That was wow. Was not expecting that. I just when it was going, I was like, okay, it's probably gonna be like I didn't know what to expect from Brian, but like when Jared was reading the first part of the story, I was like, okay, this seems like a pretty, doesn't seem anything too out of the ordinary. And then I heard like the Rhodium blood, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like the line that got me was that finger sucker tasted great though. Like just like it was just that's a cool. I was like, oh, what is
I would like
this?
to compliment Brian on some Lucasinian naming here.
For real, dude.
Gorge.
I was
Because for a minute I'm like, oh, he's named George, and I'm just illiterate, and I'm like, no, that's Gorge.
No,
I'm like,
I
that
didn't
is
click,
G-O-R,
and it didn't
not-
click with me
same
till the
thing.
end. I was like, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Brian.
I thought the same thing, Jared, when I quickly skimmed through it. Like, oh, it's George. I was like, oh wait, no, it's Gorge. I just can't read.
That was a true
Gorge.
story.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, that was
Wow.
real. That was real.
Oh wow,
Man,
That was a true story.
that's crazy.
glad you're okay. So wait, Brian, are you a vampire?
Is this what
Multiple
we find
sources
out?
have confirmed.
I
Oh,
do love the idea, the lower levels of Coruscant having like weird stuff. We never had that really, and like to give
But
like
it
a
makes
vampire.
sense. Like everything, the implications we've always gotten are the lower you get into Coruscant, the more messed up it is, and the less
There's-
like
there's all this
controlled it
stuff
is
I
because there's
know
less
in-
of a occupational
anyone
presence.
Does anyone else find that their view of Coruscant has been forever changed since Andor has made it so like visceral and so
brutal,
real and brutalist and stuff?
Yeah.
Like if there are
Not
real
yet.
textures and everything, like the tile and everything. Like I was
Yeah.
picturing that same scene from that bar
Same.
from Clone Wars, but like rain covered, like looking more
Yes.
I'll be right
like
back.
like a concrete slab in the sky,
And I know, like in
like a Blade Runner esque.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
very. I don't know. I just you painted a picture, and also just
Brian,
like yeah,
beautiful job.
whew,
That was
it's always
wonderful.
It's
nighttime
always
down there.
nighttime down
Man,
there. God, that's
a
I would
good.
vampire
say-
would love it down there. A vampire
people-
story in the lower levels of Coruscant.
For people who are Legends inclined, or namely have an Audible account, Darth Maul's Shadowhunter recently got an unabridged audiobook narrated by Sam Witwer for
Oh, well,
obvious
that's
Darth Maul
good.
reasons.
Yeah.
I just finished it not too long ago. There's some weird shit that happens in the lower levels.
Yeah, there's
Like-
some
Ah,
crazy
that's-
stuff. I remember there was
intrigued me.
an act of
Did you know-
rebellion in Princess of Alderaan that Leia and the young Amblin Holdo did, where they went down to like level 4 or something like that. Like it's so dangerous. Nobody, like no one normal was even allowed to go down there.
Wow. See, I love that. That's awesome.
There's a gang of inbred mutants that have like evolved to not have eyeballs anymore in Shadowhunter.
There was this idea I
Wow.
know in this is something from KOTOR actually. I know the people living in the lower levels of Terrace in that game.
They have to deal with the Rackools.
Oh no, I was gonna go with there's actually one of them that says they think the sun. Most of those people think the sun is a myth.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love
And-
that.
Jesus
That's
Christ,
crazy.
that's
No,
awesome.
and that is 3 levels down on Terrace.
Yeah.
Now imagine thousands of levels down.
Levels down on Coruscant. Yeah. That was great. That was brilliant.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm gonna use the restroom right quick, fellas, and then we're gonna listen to Michael's wonderful audio that has been ever so hyped up. So if y'all want to chat, you're more than welcome to. We can watch our friend, our favorite pop artist, eat a burger.
Maybe let's do that or something. Just so you know.
Sure.
We can chat. Whatever. What do you want to do?
Real quick, if I may, real quick, just because I wanted to have a story ready for this year and I didn't. I want to do my own like quickie canon junkie corner here.
Okay.
And say that Star Wars Death Troopers is go pee if you have to.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I was trying to buy you. I was trying to buy you time. I was trying to buy you time. By
He likes to
rambling.
listen.
That's what I'm good at. That book is incredible, and I think a lot of people write it off as the prime example of, oh, here's a Legends being incredibly Legends and doing the weirdest, most edgy bullshit imaginable.
Yeah.
It is. Listen, that is the only example of the Essential Legends collection art having a downgrade.
100%.
The new cover art is nowhere near as evocative as what you were just holding.
Because this is so fucking edgy and
it's intense, but like it's in the book. It's in the book. Like there's like a very brief sentence where they're like passing through one of the lower parts of the Purge, the prison ship that has the zombie outbreak on it, where they describe like there is a helmet hanging from a hook with the hook puncturing through the eye lens and like viscera and like what clearly used to be a neck stump oozing with blood from the bottom of it. That book is so horrific and it's not one of the zombies, one of the most visceral kills I've ever read in Star Wars fiction.
I had to stop after there's a part with I think I've mentioned it. There's a part with a Wookiee. The Wookiee, is that the one you're talking about?
No. Well, which one are you talking about? Because there's a couple.
I'm talking about the baby Wookiee. Essentially, his parents have turned, and you hear everything. And
so
that just traumatized me.
What's funny is that's the end of the book.
Is it really?
So whenever the two main characters. The two main characters get released from their cells because it's an Imperial prison barge that gets pulled into the tractor beam of an Imperial Star Destroyer. The Star Destroyer had the zombie plague on it. And they're like, why the hell is this like giant Star Destroyer just scuttled in the middle of nowhere? So an exploratory team goes on the ship, obviously catch the plague, bring it back to the prison barge and infect everybody.
Yeah.
The two main characters is like Trig and Kale, I think are their names.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. And as they're walking by, like they're among like 4 people who just end up naturally being immune. And as they're walking by, they see this Wookiee kid like mourning its parents that clearly like are dead. And this is before they all turn. Like at this point, it's just people getting sick and dropping dead. So they walk by and it's like, oh, this is really sad. And we want to help him, but like, he doesn't want to come to us. So like, we got to get going. Now later in the book, my biggest gripe about it, spoiler, Han Solo and Chewbacca are in it.
That is the exact point I stopped reading is when they showed up because I was like, this is dumb now.
And
I'm not gonna lie, that hyped me the hell up as a kid. Like reading that, I was like, oh shit.
It had the same effect on me. I fell off. That's why I never finished it as a kid, but I finished it recently.
Yeah.
But I will say one of the most horrific parts of that book does happen via Chewbacca. Because the doctor who synthesizes an anti-serum tries to inoculate Chewbacca, but because she built the anti-serum off of her own human DNA, there's a weird reaction that Chewie has, where because of his Wookiee physiology, he A, needs 2 doses, and B, the first dose alone basically just infected him. So in that brief time, while he had what was basically a lesser dose, and he starts to kind of spiral out, you get for the first time and the only time in the book a like first person perspective of what the virus like quote unquote sounds like.
Yeah.
And the chapter's titled "The Songs of Life Day." And it's this like fucked up voice in Chewie's head going, "These are the songs of Life Day. Kill and eat, eat and kill." And it's like making him hallucinate his family from the fucking holiday special, all dead, and he's like soaked in blood, like into his fur and shit.
Oh,
it is
That is
bananas.
good horror.
That is creepy.
Good horror.
Actually,
wow.
I have another
Kids,
one.
your creepypastas could become published one day, like that.
Seriously, like, and it's
like for real.
Like, and it is such a scary chapter because again, it's just the sinister voice in Chewbacca's head, and again, they pick like the most noble, wholesome character in that whole book.
Of course.
And it's the one time where I think you can justify having Han and Chewie be in that book, because the rest of it you could have done any scoundrel, you could have done anybody, an original character, but having it be Chewbacca is the one part. It's just, these are the songs of Life Day. And it's just like, eat, consume, kill, you know? And it's, and like Chewie's like starting to like trip the fuck out. And like they can see his throat swelling under his fur before they inject him with his like full dose.
That's metal as fuck.
That is
dark.
Wow.
It is
I won't say
dark.
I won't say this is as creepy, but there's another thing I'd like to bring up with like really creepy Star Wars stories. And Michael is gonna like, I don't know what Michael's gonna do in the next few seconds because I'm about to praise something related to KOTOR 2.
Here we go.
There is a KOTOR 2 companion comic called Unseen Unheard. I had to look it up because I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
Which is the only good part of KOTOR 2, and that's Darth Nihilus.
Sounds better.
Cyan is not better. Never is Cyan better. Cyan is never better. But anyway,
Focus, kids. Focus.
But anyway, it took me a while to get that. Nihilus, like the way Darth Nihilus works, is freaking haunting.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is the one part I like about that game. It like really, truly, like Darth Nihilus is terrifying.
There's
and
a lot of good horror in Star Wars.
Yeah, and of course they have to kill him off first in the game because he's the best of the three villains, and they kill him off.
Yeah,
well, that's Star Wars. Well, speaking of Michael,
is this it? Are we ready? I'm so excited.
Do you want me to give a little preface to it?
Yeah, by all means, please.
So this year, this story is called The Hand of Demise. It is a High Republic creepypasta. Takes place.
Scotty, that's the Lucasfilm Publishing Initiative. That's really quite popular. That
just after Light of the Jedi is when this story takes place.
I read that one.
Wait,
I read that one.
Just listen. Just
Scotty, Light of the Jedi is a Star Wars novel. Those are books that don't have pictures.
Well, and it doesn't.
Unlike the Jedi,
it doesn't have Luke.
Unlike
Does Joseph Campbell write it? Does Joseph Campbell write it?
Hey,
it doesn't have Princess
what did you call
Leia.
it, Michael? What do you call it, Michael?
The Hand of Demise.
See, why do you hate Conor that much?
What do you
It's
mean?
the Hand of Demise.
That was pretty good.
How Eli?
That's pretty good.
That was.
You have been pushed.
Eli caught my very subtle joke.
Eli, if you were rapping, that would have been even better. Like that is some like Childish Gambino kind of wordplay there.
And, was good. The last thing I'll say about my story before we get into it is the last part of my anthology I've been doing for the last year or so called Heart of the Jedi. That's going to lead into a much larger writing project that's coming to my channel, All Remaining Systems, soon-ish.
Check it out. I'll get it pulled up here so you can see his page. So for those that don't know, Michael is really good when it comes to writing not just short stories, but I guess you can almost say just very emotional, very impactful stories. Like we'll be texting Michael and be like, "Hey, I got emotionally worked up whenever I did this." And also, Michael's got a great series on his channel for those that can see it, Ionized Bastards, which features a couple people on the screen right here. So it's good stuff. I love that All Remaining Systems is making a really awesome, I guess you could say, not comeback, but it's really having
Very
its moment.
niche content too. Like
yeah,
it
is
a great way. So.
Y'all are too sweet.
It's some great stuff. I love the stuff of Ionized Bastards that I've seen.
So if you're done,
I like all of it
this
except
here,
for Jared.
What I would say to do, I would say what you should do next is obviously once you're done listening to this video, go give Michael a like. Go make sure you click on Michael's video like I'm doing right now. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share it. Maybe even leave a comment. Now, this
listen to the subscribe if you're not subscribed as well.
Yeah. Good look. Now this is
ring that little bell.
And also, yeah, look, all of them now. Anything you post, you get notified. So, Michael, are you ready to let the world hear this? It's already been posted a few hours ago, but are you ready for the Bombad?
I'm ready to watch Jared suffer, so make sure that I can see his reactions, baby.
Wait. You know what I can do? This is even more messed up. Hold on, I can do this.
Michael, we ain't cool no more.
I want to see everyone's reactions, though.
I know. I like the idea. I like the idea of us just focusing on this sweet little man here. Oh, wait, this is good. Well, I'm ready when you are. I love this opening title.
Ready.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Arthak watched through the small gap in the rubble as his master's bloody body collapsed to the ground.
Oh, come on.
The 6 remaining beasts that had slain him erupted in a chorus of cheers as Arthak held back tears. He couldn't cry now. If he made so much as a sound, they would find him. He had to stay hidden. He had to stay alive. He couldn't fight them without his lightsaber. His master, the great Jedi Alex Varel, had insisted he leave it behind in the temple on Coruscant. A Jedi must be able to rely on more than just his lightsaber, Alex had said. We are so much more than just our blades. Wise words from a man who was now dead. Arthak watched as the beasts began retrieving their blood-soaked blades protruding from Master Alex's body. He had fought well and hard, but these creatures had overwhelmed him with their ferocity. Arthak knew they were not literal beasts, but with their scrap-like metal armor and inhuman masks, he wasn't sure how else to think of them. They fought like savages. Their weapons were jagged and meant to cause pain. They hadn't even touched Arthak, and they had already caused him so much pain. He saw what they had done. Master Alex had been butchered. The greatest Jedi he had ever known, a luminous being no more. Now just a mutilated corpse. No light, no life.
Jesus.
This was just supposed to be a simple archaeological dig that they were going to look at. The Nihil were supposedly wiped out at the Kerr Nebula, and even if they weren't, why would they come here? This wasn't some place pirates would raid. Mere marauders had no interest in historical artifacts. Even if some rich collector wanted them, they wouldn't hire the Nihil. Arthak watched as one of the Nihil clapped his hands to get the attention of his cohorts. Alright, lads, listen up. We need to start searching. The Eye wants some old relic here. Supposedly it's some sort of weapon that could kill a Jedi. We had a bunch of those already. Another pirate hissed from behind his mask as he unsheathed 2 of his bloody daggers, which elicited a chuckle from some of his fellow murderers.
Fuck y'all.
Enough fooling around, the leader said. Sooner we get this done, the sooner we can go home.
Good voice.
Now
Michael.
scram and find that weapon. The Nihil began to disperse. He couldn't see where they all went.
I hate these guys.
But he could see the leader taking his master's lightsaber. One final insult to his master's honor. Pilfering his lightsaber from his corpse. Arthak couldn't bear to watch it any longer. He began to crawl through the tunnel and the debris around him. When he had sensed the Nihil approaching, Alex had used the Force to push Arthak down and collapse the stone structure around him. It was masterful and precise. Arthak was untouched by the rubble and hidden, with a tunnel left in the debris for him to go into the excavation to hide. Alex hid his Padawan to save him. Arthak held back tears as he crawled into the dig site. He stood up when he reached an open area within the excavation. There were engravings along the stone walls in some unknown language. In the center of the room, there was a pedestal upon which sat a silver gauntlet. Arthak assumed it was the artifact he and his master were sent to investigate, and perhaps what the Nihil were after as well. He found himself just standing at a distance, staring at it. Something about that gauntlet was alluring. He felt compelled to approach it, though he wasn't sure why.
Do it.
What good could it do? He could take it and run, stealing it from the Nihil.
Oh, it paused.
Why?
Don't know what happened. Hold on. I didn't mean to.
But where would he go? His vector was right by where the Nihil ships now resided.
That's the Jedi
There was
starship,
no
Scotty.
way he could get past the Nihil to get to it. Even if he got to his ship, if they saw it take off, they would catch up to him and blast him into oblivion before he could make the jump to hyperspace. The gauntlet called to Arthak, and he took a step toward it. Fighting the Nihil wasn't an option either. Without his lightsaber, he would be all but helpless. Even if he was armed, Arthak had never excelled in combat. Ever since he was a youngling, he had never won a single sparring session in his life. He could never muster any offense. He would just freeze and struggle to keep up a defense. Perhaps it was cowardice, or perhaps it was just pacifism. Either way, he stood no chance here. The Nihil would kill him, and he would die in disgrace, just like Master Alex. The gauntlet called to Arthak, and he took a step toward it. He couldn't simply wait here either. The Nihil were searching the dig site, and it was only a matter of time before they either cleared the rubble or found another path into this chamber. They wouldn't stop until they found what they wanted. They wouldn't stop until he was dead. The gauntlet called to Arthak, and he took a step toward it. Arthak blinked suddenly and looked down, realizing he was holding the gauntlet in his hands. He hadn't remembered picking it up or even consciously choosing to move toward it. He stared at it before suddenly bursting into tears as a flood of sadness engulfed him. Master Alex was dead. Those animals had slaughtered him, and he was helpless to stop it. And now he was simply sitting in these ruins, waiting to die by their hands as well. It wasn't fair. Arthak felt another feeling boiling within him. Rage.
Yeah.
It was a strange feeling, unfamiliar to someone peaceful like him.
Kill him.
But it numbed the pain of loss, and for that reason he embraced it.
Kill them
He
all.
leaned into the hatred, focusing on his contempt for
Yep.
the Nihil.
Yeah.
Those monsters
F the
had
Nihil.
taken his master from him. They needed to pay.
They
They
don't get
needed to
fucked up.
suffer for what they had done.
Michael.
He looked down at the gauntlet. Arthak knew that whatever this was, it could give him power. Despite not knowing he could sense it through the Force. It was strong, radiating dark power that could strengthen him. He placed it over his right hand and felt that power surge within him. Arthak's fingers on his right hand twitched as the artifact's darkness channeled itself throughout his body. He grinned, continuing to stare at this metal gauntlet. So much power was hidden within such a small piece of armor. But there would be time to revel in this new power later. For now, he had Nihil to kill.
Yeah!
Arthak extended his hand, sending a wave of energy from the Force erupting from the gauntlet.
Here we go.
The wave sent the rubble blocking the entrance flying into the distance. Some of the rocks went flying into a few of the landed Nihil fighters, which subsequently exploded. Arthak emerged from the structure, no longer a frightened Padawan. He felt no fear, no sorrow, no weakness. All of that was blacked out by the hate. One of the Nihil came running to investigate with 2 blaster pistols in his hands. Arthak, without looking to face him, crushed his crude mask with the force, immediately breaking through the pirate's skull and piercing his brain.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Over, dead. 1 down. What's going on? Another Nihil yelled. This one, a blue Twi'lek man, came from one of the nearby tunnels from the dig site. Arthak lifted his right hand, and in turn, the Twi'lek began to float in the air. It was effortless. A child picking up a toy. The Twi'lek
Michael, whatever this is, Dr. Afra needs to discover
was too disoriented at having been lifted several meters in the air by the force. Arthak slammed his hand downward, and the Twi'lek was quickly sent plummeting headfirst into the rocks beneath him. Arthak could hear the loud breaking of bones as the Twi'lek's body went limp.
Yeah!
2 down.
Jesus!
As Arthak marched out of the excavation site, another Nihil rounded the corner wielding a long vibro blade with both hands. He charged toward Arthak, but was stopped by his outstretched right hand. He froze in place, unable to escape the grasp around him. His body twitched, but he was trapped. Arthak used the force to twist this one's arms backwards, redirecting the blade toward his own body. With another force push, he plunged the blade into the Nihil's chest.
You're sick.
As he fell to the ground, another Nihil let out a primal battle cry and leapt over a nearby rock to strike down at Arthak with his knives.
A nearby rock?
Arthak extended his gauntlet as it unleashed a torrent of blue lightning, catching the Marauder in midair and sending him crashing to the ground.
Oh,
After
yeah.
a few more seconds of
this is so
screams through
good.
brutal electrocution, that Nihil was little more than a charred corpse. 4 down. By now, the other 2 remaining Nihil were well aware of what was happening. One of them, a Deveronian whose mask left his horns exposed, had begun to run toward the one Nihil ship that remained intact.
Why are you being so horny, Michael?
Arthak wouldn't let him run. The Deveronian fell on his face as Arthak pulled back on his leg with the force and began dragging him back. He desperately tried to dig his fingers into the ground to hold on for dear life, but couldn't get a firm grasp. Arthak pulled him up and held him by the head with his right hand. Arthak physically lifted him off the ground, the power of the dark side augmenting his strength. He turned to the only other Nihil remaining, the one who had taken Master Alex's lightsaber.
Uh-oh.
Arthak looked him in the eye as he crushed the Deveronian's skull with his hand, his gaze never wavering. 1 to go.
Fatality!
This Nihil, a balding human with rotten teeth, scowled at Arthak and activated the green lightsaber.
Michael!
Stay back! If you know what's good for you, you'll stay away from me. His voice was filled with fear. Arthak's voice was filled with hate.
Yes!
There is no escape for you now. As you killed my master, so too shall I destroy you.
Hey, yo!
Gripping his master's lightsaber through the force, he easily tore it from the Nihil's grasp. Arthak deactivated the blade and rushed toward him. The lightsaber could have cut him down quickly and painlessly. He didn't deserve quick and painless.
No, he doesn't!
Arthak physically grabbed him by the throat with his right hand and lifted him high into the air.
If this is a consular
gasped
ship,
for breath, clawing at the gauntlet in a vain attempt to escape. He knew the fight was hopeless, but his body was acting on instinct. It was primal and pathetic. Arthak continued watching the Nihil's eyes as the life slowly left them.
Michael!
The Nihil died, and Arthak's hate persisted. It raged within him. He struggled to think of anything else. The world around him was a blur. It didn't even seem real. But the hate burned him from the inside, and he needed to release it. These brutes who had killed his master were dead. But this so-called eye that had sent them was out there somewhere.
Oh,
yeah. Whatever it was powerful and exactly what he needed.
Please tell me
He didn't care what it was or what secrets it held. The Nihil called it a Jedi killer, but he would make it a Nihil killer. Arthak approached the last remaining Nihil ship. This was his first step to finding the eye. The ship held useful data.
Bruh.
A handful of comm frequencies and coordinates. It was a start. His hunt to satiate his hate was just beginning.
Oh.
Jedi Knight Zash Hess knelt beside the body of Alex Vrel. He let out a deep, mournful breath. Just shy of a decade ago, Alex had been Zash's master. The two had remained friends over the years, and when he heard the Order lost contact with Alex, Zash was the first to volunteer to investigate. He had tried to prepare himself for the possibility that his master had passed on, but this gruesome scene had shocked him. Seeing his old master's body was one thing, but the half a dozen Nihil corpses were even more shocking. They were brutalized, mutilated, and one of them was even missing a head. But they hadn't been killed by Alex. They had not been killed by a lightsaber. But who else would have killed them?
Who else?
Zash knew there was one person left unaccounted for. Arthak.
The hero of the story.
Padawan was not among the bodies and was nowhere to be found. This led to one obvious answer. Arthak killed these Nihil. But Zash couldn't believe that. It simply wasn't possible. Arthak was maybe the most gentle Jedi Zash had ever met. Zash had spent some time getting to know him at the temple, and he had never seen a hint of harshness or aggression from him.
Don't know about that.
He was a pacifist to his core.
Is he though?
Even if he saw what the Nihil did to Alex,
listen,
he
it's
wouldn't have
easy
been
to be a
capable
pacifist
of
when
this.
motherfuckers are dead.
Zash stood and looked over to the Jedi who had accompanied him, a Mirialan archivist named Jarrell Rylus, who was currently looking over his droid sensor readouts.
Phenomenal name.
Have you found him yet? Zash asked. Rylus shook his head. The only two life forms on this planet are the two of us. If Arthak is
Good
not
voice,
the
Michael.
bodies, then he is not on this planet anymore. Or he escaped from here and died somewhere else on the planet. I highly doubt that, Zash said, choosing not to address Rylus's lack of tact when it came to discussing the possibility of a Padawan's death. It's only been a couple of days. Arthak could survive that long on his own without succumbing to the elements. If Arthak got away or survived, why didn't he make contact? Or he could have made it back to Coruscant or Starlight Beacon by now. Is it possible the Nihil captured him? There were 5 Nihil fighters found in proximity of the dig site. One short of the 6 bodies here, which means one fighter got away. But if it's like these other 5, then it can only fit one person, and the vector that brought the 2 Jedi is still here. Which means Arthak took the Nihil fighter. But why? Zash looked to his Mirialan compatriot and noticed the grim expression on his face. You know something I don't.
Ooh.
Rylus sighed. The artifact is missing as well, and I fear it may be the key to what happened here. What kind of artifact were Alex and Arthak sent here to retrieve? There were rumors of an old lost Sith artifact here. This relic is known as the Hand of Demise. It was a gauntlet made of frick, wielded by an ancient Sith lord known as Darth Demise.
Frickin' fricks.
Supposedly it carries some of his lingering essence.
Christ.
At
Please
some
tell me
point
this was
a few
Exxon
thousand
Panchard's
years
master.
ago, it was stolen from the Jedi and lost to time. A few weeks ago, An archaeological team based outside of the Republic contacted us and said they found something that might interest us. They seemed pretty spooked by the idea it could be Sith, so they evacuated this dig site and left it here for us. Master Vrel was sent to retrieve it and return it to the temple for purification or destruction. Only 2 Jedi were sent to retrieve a Sith artifact?
Yeah, what the hell?
Many Jedi are busy with duties establishing Starlight Beacon. Plus, we don't know for sure if it is
You only fit 2 in a vector.
That's just what the archaeologists thought. Sash's
Republic,
eyes widened.
so.
You think the Hand of Demise is possessing Arthak? Rylus let out a deep breath. I don't know. If it is the Hand or some other similar dark side relic, it could be influencing him to some extent. And that could explain how
Gee, you don't say.
died. Zash turned and started back toward his vector. Wait, Rylus called out. Where are you going? There's a lost Padawan out there who needs my help. He's probably lost, angry, and alone with whatever he found here influencing him. So I've got to find him. For Alex. I'm headed back to Starlight Beacon to watch out for reports on the Nihil's whereabouts, since he's probably out for revenge. I'll find him. I'll save him.
He's fine.
Arthak charged
doing what he needs to do,
impaling another Nihil upon his lightsaber with one hand, while unleashing a torrent of lightning from the other.
Yes!
This Nihil encampment was almost clear. He walked over the charred corpses of the pirates,
Damn!
Straight for the command tent. His black armor was soaked in blood.
Oh.
He still wanted to shed more.
Michael.
The hate within him had not been satiated, even
Daddy.
after almost a year. He had developed quite the reputation. The Nihil had come to fear him. They knew someone was coming for them and would slaughter them without mercy. They knew the Nihil killer was out there somewhere, hunting, and sooner or later they would be his prey. On this day, this little storm became his prey. And with each group he killed, he got closer to his true
Michael.
Since the attack on the Republic Fair, he had heard the name of the Eye.
Nice.
Lorna D.
D. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I know this.
Leaving it in tatters. There was
Shut
one
up.
last Nihil, a human without a mask, using a holocom to communicate with a masked figure. Arthak bisected him with his blade.
Yeah!
The hologram.
Hell yeah.
The holographic man in the mask cocked his head, intrigued but seemingly unconcerned. I take it you are the so-called...
Hey!
Dude, Michael.
The man asked. His voice sounded strained, as if it
Hey,
pained him
yo!
to speak. And yet he still sounded calm
did
in
it,
the
y'all.
presence of Arthak. Where is the Eye of the Nihil? Where is Lorna D? The masked man scoffed.
The voice.
Tear his ass up,
Like to
Arthak!
know. Perhaps you should concern yourself instead with the individuals standing behind you. The hologram transmission then cut out. Arthak turned sharply, lightsaber hilt in hand, to face whomever stood in his way. Zash was hardly able to recognize the young man who stood before him. He didn't see the friendly, shy, pacifistic young Jedi that had studied under his old master.
Sash, you won't get out of
Gone
there.
was his gentle demeanor, his soft-spoken voice, everything that made Arthak who he was. What stood before him now was a vengeful beast. He wore black heavy armor, and fresh blood caked his flesh and hair. His eyes were filled with hunger and bloodlust. Those eyes didn't even seem to recognize Zash. He also couldn't sense Arthak's presence through the Force. All he could sense was the darkness emanating from the gauntlet on Arthak's right hand. What has become of you, my old friend? Zash
Rats
asked
in the
sorrowfully.
desert.
I've done what I had to do, Arthak said. While you and the rest of the Jedi have been licking the Chancellor's boots, I've been dealing with the real threat and saving our master's legacy.
Based Arthak!
Arthak, I've seen the bodies you've left in your wake. Over 100 dead. For what? To avenge our master?
Fuck him.
No amount of bloodshed can bring him back, Arthak. Suddenly, Arthak charged at Zash. He ignited his lightsaber and swung it down at his old friend.
It sounds like someone who's never shed blood.
Had time to ignite his own green blade to parry the blow. He also barely had the strength to hold off Arthak's blade.
The hero shit.
Arthak wasn't this
I agree.
strong, but the dark side and the gauntlet were augmenting his strength. After the shock had passed from the sudden, unprovoked attack, Zash realized the blade Arthak was using was a deep crimson.
Ooh.
He glanced at the hilt, and his heart sank even further. It was the hilt that had belonged to their old master. What have you done to his lightsaber? Zash asked sadly. A twisted grin emerged on Arthak's face. I improved it. I made it stronger by purging the weakness.
Michael!
Zash mustered a burst of energy.
The use of the
through
audio
force and used it
effect.
to push Arthak several meters back. You've corrupted it. You haven't preserved our master's legacy. You've perverted it. Zash raised his lightsaber defensively. How did you even know how to bleed the crystal? Arthak smirked. It was instinct. Without the shackles of the Jedi, I found ways to become far stronger than I was.
Jesus.
Was it instinct? Or was it something that artifact put into your mind? Arthak began to approach slower, like a predator sizing up its prey.
Yeah.
I won't let you stand in my way. The Eye of the Nihil must pay for what she has done. She will know pain and fear before I tear her limb from limb.
Oh,
yeah!
Go, you fucker.
Feeling how the
Good
darkness
God.
that enveloped Arthak was concentrated around it. Arthak, you need to take off that gauntlet, he said, trying to sound as calm as possible. He needed to talk to Arthak as his friend if he was going to save him. It's corrupting you. It's poisoning your thoughts. The Arthak I knew would never seek vengeance. It's manipulating you with thoughts and feelings that aren't yours. For a moment, Arthak's expression faltered. His hateful glare turned contemplative as he glanced down at his right hand that gripped his lightsaber. He focused on it intently. For a moment, Zash thought he was fighting his influence, until Arthak began to laugh. I see what you're doing, he said darkly. He pointed his crimson blade at Zash. You're jealous of my power. You've seen what I achieved, and you want to take that power for yourself. I just want my friend back, Zash said sadly. I want to see the Padawan that Master Alex was so proud of.
Ooh.
Liar! Arthur
Yeah!
as he
Holy
charged
shit.
and unleashed a flurry of strikes that Zash struggled to parry. He began forcing Zash into a retreat, continually pushing him back with a brutal series of slashes with his red saber. You covet my power. You want to take it from me so that you can destroy me. Zash ducked from another slash and slid between Arthak's legs, using the force to propel himself and fuel his momentum. He stood and ran a few more meters to get some more distance between him and Arthak. His opponent did not immediately pursue, instead slowly turning to face Zash again. Think of everything you've done, Arthak. Think of everyone you've murdered, Zash said, barely holding back tears.
You're my brother.
Alex Varel would be ashamed of you.
Ooh.
Arthak scowled. Alex is dead. It doesn't matter how he would feel. He walked forward and locked blades with Zash again. I'll use his blade to kill everyone who stands in my way, be them Nihil or Jedi. A Jedi must be able to rely on more than just his lightsaber. We are so much more than our blades, Zash said, echoing his old master's teachings.
Oh, no.
For a moment, Arthak's expression softened. His eyes widened in recognition at those words. For just that second, Zash saw a glimmer of the boy he once knew. That glimmer was quickly snuffed out as a torrent of darkness from the gauntlet invaded his mind once more. Arthak's face darkened and he began to scream. With his right hand, he used the gauntlet to grab Zash's lightsaber by the blade. The lightsaber-resistant metal quickly heated and began to glow, but the pain didn't matter to Arthak.
Very nice stuff.
Feel it for a moment. Arthak pulled Zash's lightsaber aside before plunging his own blade into Zash's chest.
Oh.
He pressed the hilt against his chest as hard as he could, pushing him to the ground. Zash looked upon Arthak one last time as the light faded from within him. His face expressed sorrow, not fear, as Arthak had come to expect from his victims. Slowly, his head fell to the side, and Zash Hess was no more. Arthak stood over the Jedi's corpse. He was ready to revel in his victory, but for the first time in a year, the horror of what he had done sank in.
What have I
The
done?
hate that had flooded his mind and consumed his every waking moment was suddenly gone. Arthak touched his face with his left hand, feeling the warm blood that had been splattered across his face. He thought back to every brutal murder he had committed all at once. Every limb severed, every head crushed, and every body charred by lightning scarred his mind. The hate hadn't just blocked out the pain of loss, but also the gruesome reality of what he had done. And now the pain was back and stronger than ever. Arthak began to cry and scream as he was overcome by shame. Two people he had cared for most were now dead. One had died by his own hand. And for what? Arthak couldn't even explain why he had killed Zash.
Damn.
He thought back to what Zash was trying to tell him. Every word Zash had said became a dagger in his heart. The darkness had receded from his mind. The foundation of what Arthak had become over the past year suddenly vanished, and his mind began to collapse.
Lorna D.
He fell to the ground,
Kill
sobbing
her.
and broken. He didn't know how long he remained on the ground, screaming and wailing. It could have been minutes or hours. His perception was slipping, and he felt disconnected from reality. Suddenly, the fingers on his right hand began to twitch. The sounds of weeping suddenly vanished.
Michael is king.
It was now dead silence.
There we go.
Arthak slowly rolled over onto his stomach and pushed himself upward. He steadily stood up and let out a deep breath. Arthak had not consciously chosen to do any of these things. What was happening? He wasn't doing these things, but he watched as his body did them. He tried to move his arms, but he couldn't. They remained by his side. He couldn't move any part of himself. He wanted to frantically turn and look around his environment, but his body remained out of his control. He couldn't even scream. What is this? He thought. What's happening to me? You've set me free.
Oh my God.
A voice came from Arthak's mouth. It wasn't Arthak. It was something else. Your mind isn't strong enough to resist me now. So I think I'll take this body off your hands. A pathetic wretch like you has little use for it. What are you? Arthak's body began to laugh. I was once a dark lord of the Sith, feared by all Jedi. My essence lingered in that gauntlet for thousands of years, waiting for a worthy host to facilitate my return. The process was arduous. I could influence your thoughts and feelings, but you had a strong will. To take your body permanently, I had to weaken your mind and shatter your psyche beyond repair. And now that you can no longer fight me, you have the privilege of witnessing my return. Arthak tried with all his might to control any part of his body. He needed to take the gauntlet off. He had to free
You wanted
himself.
this, Jarod.
But his body was no longer his.
Happens every time.
His mind was just a prisoner within it. Forced to watch, unable to act. His body stepped over Zash's corpse and walked through the camp.
Hi, Chase.
He watched as Darth Demise,
If you're scared,
a
we
Sith
can cuddle,
Lord he had
Chase.
inadvertently unleashed, made his return to
Here
the
we go.
galaxy. He could have stopped this. He could have allowed himself to feel the pain of losing his master instead of burying it beneath the hate Demise gave him. Arthak wished Alex Varel had not saved him from the Nihil.
Bruh. Michael.
Michael
Oh
McCoy
my
for High
God.
Republic Phase 3. Michael McCoy for High Republic Phase 3.
Chase, I'm
Saying
sorry you
right
had to
now.
come in during my scary edge.
Jesus Christ,
Put-
Michael.
Put Michael on the Lucasfilm Publishing Initiative.
My chest gets tight when I
For
listen to a Michael
Phase
story.
3.
Like
Please.
literally, my chest is like pulling together. Why do you do this?
Mostly to make Jarod suffer.
Look at him.
I was so team Arthak. Listen, any
We could tell.
any of y'all who aren't familiar with how I feel about the High Republic. I hate the Nile. I want them all dead. Like Arthak was living my High
Regular
Republic
bastard.
dream.
Yeah, he's slaughtering them.
I've been saying, like, you can go through my Twitter and see word for word tweets like, I hope Markion Rowe dies a horrible, painful death.
Yes.
For what he did. Like, there is not a Star Wars character in this franchise I want to see get their shit caved in more than any member of the Nihil, especially Markion Rowe.
You want to say that to my face?
I will, you son of a bitch.
Here we go.
Tell Lord
shit.
Greatstorm I
Say
said
it.
hi in hell. Oh, but so I am
Those
Arthak
who are
all
killed by the
way.
leveler don't go to hell.
I know, but
Shut
you
up,
will.
Markion!
You will. You will.
Those
So,
who
like-
use the Force don't have souls.
You're bad takes all around, and you're not even that hot.
Bitch, I'm adorable.
You're not hot enough to validate this level of evil. Damn it. Anyway,
Multiple
I
sources
wanted
confirm
Ray
otherwise.
Get this
Cavill
man
is
out
not-
of here.
He did it.
Get this man out of here. I'm this whole time just aggressively pro this wanton violence. Like the whole time, I'm like, kill them harder. Like, do more. More blood, more viscera. Like, I'm like all the way in it. And then
You're in it, baby.
And then the Sith takes him over. Like, come on, man, this is bullshit. Like, let the man have his revenge. It's not fair. It's not fair. Michael,
Man, have his revenge.
Michael,
Yes.
we ain't cool no more.
Happens every time.
Part 2, baby.
We gotta do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Dabbing for Archon. Dab for Archon. Arthak. Let's say Archon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archon.
He
You
became
did it,
one of my
Michael.
favorite Star Wars
Yet
characters
again.
immediately.
That was
Michael,
phenomenal.
I want to ask you what sent you down that rabbit hole, because like, as a writer and you know this, for anyone creative, like you kind of have to get your head in that mental space. What was that like for you? Because this is kind of a dense thing to talk about and look at.
In terms of like writing this story and like the sort of emotions behind it. So
yeah,
I knew what I wanted to do was a Star Wars possession story. And again, like I said, this is part of an anthology that's all tying into a larger writing project I'm doing. And so this story will inevitably tie into what happens in that. So I knew a few plot points I needed to set up, but also like knowing the idea of it's a Star Wars possession story and the idea of the Hand of Demise itself. You take the most peaceful, pacifistic character and turn them into the most like brutal, like no heart, no soul, just fueled only by hate and revenge. Like one of the main inspiration for what Arthak does in this is it's from Berserk. It's guts, the guts of the Lost Children arc and Black Swordsman arc of that series is very much black everything else out, but the hate and the urge to kill. Like that's nice. And that was sort of the impetus behind this.
Well, I'm needless to say, yet again, you deliver. And it's one of those things where if you really enjoyed, if you were really like, I guess you could say into that, or like just if you feel enthralled by it. I mean, obviously, go check out all remaining systems.
They're not all this sad.
I know they aren't, but at the same exact time, your writing style, your usage, it's beautiful. It's very.
If you
are
are interested in these characters, in the way that this story played out, again, not this. It didn't have to be. Not all this sad, story. But like the story is good. If you liked that, go check the rest of them out. Like I should do.
Yeah.
There's a playlist for what's called the Code trilogy, the story from last year's Creepypasta. There is no death, and then there is no chaos, and there is no emotion. That trilogy has been sort of the main chunk of stories I've done. So.
But also to people's to people's interest, Michael usually writes in like the High Republic era, or even a little bit of the prequel era, like in that same like it's not so much like OT kind of stuff. I don't know. I think it's important. It's the voices that people don't often hear. And it's usually, besides this Marcion Rowe example, like usually it's all independent characters. You know what I mean? It's all within what Michael.
And even then, like if you read the actual text of the story, it's not entirely clear that it is Marcion. That's mostly an audio Easter egg.
Yes, I agree. And by the way, this is the first time. Now you did an audio one last year, right? You did an audio experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one was not. I'm not saying last time was bad, but this one is like Michael. And I texted Michael for the. Everyone else knows that. I texted him. I said, "Bruh,
this is light years ahead."
I literally said, my words were, "Your voice acting is F-word amazing," and I'm not even kidding. Like it was like the accents. It felt a little bit like Mark Thompson in the sense of like, this is a guy reading.
Well, that's the inspiration,
accent,
of course.
But it didn't feel that way, right?
It's giving Thompson.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly. God, I am so impressed. That was wonderful, Michael. Thank you.
And
always delivers.
If you want to read the text version of this story as my other stories, if the audio versions aren't entirely your thing, probably sometime this weekend, I'm going to release the PDF of the anthology Heart of the Jedi. So if you check out my Twitter at Local First Order, you'll be able to see when that drops.
Follow.
Perfect.
Subscribe. Do it right now.
The only thing I'm upset about, other than my boy not getting his justice, it's not revenge. It was justice.
Lorno didn't even do it, dog.
I don't care. They all deserve to die slowly.
If you read the books, they're pretty.
They
rough.
listen.
The Nihil did nothing
all
wrong.
done some
They're
shit.
misunderstood.
these Nile got off easy.
The Nile could have stopped Palpatine if they won.
Oh, shut up. Anyway,
get out of here. That's Scotty Jarod nonsense.
Michael
Come on.
put out like a little APB to our friend group. And he was like, is anybody interested in doing a little voice acting for my story this year?
Yep.
And me, who I haven't gotten to do any acting in years, I was like, oh my God, yeah, I'd love to. And he was like, no, you can't. I want to watch you listen to it.
Nice.
And now knowing what was on the table, I am incredibly disappointed.
Well, also, I was going to use other voice actors. That was going to be my experiment in this one, but I was just pressed for time. I didn't finish the story in time, so I
don't blame you. To
I just
coordinate
did it
that
all
kind of
myself.
thing,
baby.
It's not easy. It's not easy to
No,
coordinate
it's
and make
not.
sure it's the
It's
exact
not.
cut and edit you want. Yeah.
And
But
like, I
think this
barely
one-
had time to add the extra audio effects, which I was super proud of.
That was
with.
effective.
Those are very good.
effective.
Really good.
Very
There's only a
good
handful
fights
of
as
them.
well.
Yes, it felt like Shadows of the Sith in the sense of like when you did the audio book of that, when you heard it, it's like the voice just cut like perfect, and it wasn't too much. It wasn't overbearing. The effect was like literally like just a low.
It's just
like,
it's
almost
just a
fuzzy
second
sound.
track that's the same voice line, but a little deeper and a little slower. That's it.
It's perfect. It's brilliant. It's literally brilliant. It works so well for this kind of, I guess, episode, but also in particular your kind of storytelling. That was awesome, Michael.
It was the
Thank you. I love
Eldritch
this
horror
dude.
from Shadow of the Sith.
I'm just glad that you
absolutely,
all
like,
enjoy it.
dialed up, man.
Yeah, that was really
This is
good.
why. This
So
is
good.
why we
Someone
do
make
these
fan art.
shows.
Someone make fan art because I would put it on my wall. Like I said,
That's right.
Arthak is how you say the name.
Arthak.
Arthak, like immediately became one of my favorite characters. Granted, I have a type, so no wonder.
He and Fabian would be besties.
Fabian's like, yeah, looking good, looking good. Watch Ionized Bastards. That was so good. That was so good.
That was good.
And
You need to
Scotty,
start
the
tweeting at
tragedy
Lucasfilm
at the
people to let you
Republic
write a story.
Fair, the
I
tragedy
know
at the
this.
Republic Fair was actually one of the best action sequences in all of Star Wars, and so
And it exposed the Eye of the Nihil, Lorna D.
Yes, Lorna D.
Lorna
Lorna
D.
D.
Y'all, this has been an awesome stream. Michael, the finale is just. I mean, it was good.
Chef's kiss. all
Good
around, for real.
stuff.
I love
Well,
y'all.
Knocked
before we
Conor
sign
back
out,
on his couch. Look at that.
That's right. Before we sign out, let's get some plugs in real quick. I want to bring Conor up big, and then we'll go to the other people that contributed. Conor, plug your life, plug your butt.
Plug your pluggables. Oh, okay. I mean, that is a pluggable.
That's for sure pluggable. Twitter.
Plug all the pluggable things.
Twitter, Depa Banana, Knights of the Nerd Republic. I talk with Jarod, the guy who has a big bloodlust for killing Nihil, as one should. As well as For the Republic, a love letter to Star Wars animation. I co-host those two podcasts. And then
You also write?
Yeah, sweditor.ig.com/fiction. I have no stories published yet. I do have a few in development, but one I can talk about is called The Hidden Kyber, set shortly after the events of Fallen Order, and it stars Sir Junda and Cal Kestis. That comes out in like December, I want to say. So, yeah.
Both these guys going to be writing for Lucasfilm Publishing.
That's
They're,
right.
like,
I doubt that.
in
And
the
we're just
next
gonna
few years.
follow their coattails.
Shut up! It's serious. Yeah, we're gonna write our famous friends' coattails. Exactly.
Yeah, that's really it.
We always do.
So I want to bring in next one of our writers right here, Michael McCoy. Michael, anything you want to plug besides what you just read to us?
Yeah, like I said, you can follow me on Twitter at Local First Order. YouTube channel is All Remaining Systems, where I do other short stories, and I'll have a new writing project in the works soon. Also, Ionized Bastards, my Star Wars RPG series featuring Jarod, Dan from Broaxium, Alden Diaz from Octo Radio, and very shortly someone else who is in this stream right now.
Me. Who could it be?
Yep, it's Scotty.
It's Scotty.
me.
It's Scotty.
Jarod, what about you, baby?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DarkJedi2552. You can also find me gazing into Chase's beautiful eyes. And you can also find my podcast, the Nerd Academy podcast, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We just put out our She-Hulk review yesterday, and we'll be getting some Andor review out soon.
Nice.
We're a little bit behind because last week was quite busy.
Hey,
Reviews, all that jazz. We have
Thank
a
you,
Patreon
Jace.
where we do a Star Wars Versus series. So stay tuned for all of that stuff. We would be
Wonderful.
honored if you would join us.
Beautiful. Let's bring in Eli. Eli, anything you want to plug real quick? Thanks for joining us in such a surprise. I appreciate that. You really added to the flavor. Your mic's muted, my sweet child.
Oh wait, right. I forgot my mic was in. Okay. Thanks for having me. What was I gonna say? Follow In a Galaxy on Twitter at In a Galaxy Pod. Also follow. I'm gonna plug this because we got some great stuff coming up on this. Follow up at Confrontations at In a Galaxy Trivia on Twitter and on our YouTube channel. I believe one of the most Bombad hosts in the galaxy is going to be on our show soon.
Yeah, Scotty's finally facing off against Jarod. Right?
Yeah, that is exactly what's happening.
Multiple
Except for
sources
Gerry.
have denied this.
Putting
Except
on
for Gerry, it's
Gauntlet
your turn
right
in the hot
now.
Gerry,
I'm
it's
getting
your
in
turn
the
in the
hot
hot
seat.
seat.
I'm taking on Buck.
Yes, you
For
are.
those that haven't,
Coming for you, Buck.
For those that
Corbin
haven't
Buckets
taken
of
the
blood.
time to enjoy
Scotty,
some epic confrontations.
That's the
Well,
Mazamita,
I'm trying to
but
talk.
he's a Jedi, and he.
I know, I get it. I get it.
bakes,
It's.
and he-
I'm trying to
he
praise
thinks Jerry, we
Eli,
get
my
it.
sweet
Shut the fuck
child,
up.
baby.
Let Scotty talk.
Get out of here,
love
Connor.
epic
This is my show.
confrontations. I love. Well, he did it. I love epic confrontation because of Eli's delivery, his charm, but I also love how intense the questions can get. Rest in peace, Trey Mitchell. But I'm very, very happy to be able to. And also the pink milk. The pink milk one was amazing too. If y'all haven't seen
Yes.
it, Galaxy,
It was
slays absolutely.
It was
absolutely
fun to
slays.
record. I will say my personal favorite one as of right now. If you haven't, if no one has seen, if people here have not seen Charlie versus Claire, of the Imperial Senate podcast, that was like it was one of those things where I had a plan for that one for like months on end, and
yeah,
I'm like, if this all is executed well, this could be incredible, and it was
That's right.
executed far better than I thought it was going to ever be, and it made it like it is the best thing. The future of epic confrontations, the future of a certain team, Big Chungus is addressed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good reference.
Team Big Chungus for life.
That's
A certain other team. We might have no, absolutely. Chase, you did fantastic. Again, there's only really one person who came on and fell flat on his face, and that's Trey. No, I'm joking.
I beat him twice in one match. It was spectacular.
It doesn't matter if you win or lose as long as you look good doing it, and we all know,
and Trey was none of that. So no.
One of the one of my
Trey.
favorite shows on the internet.
Trey.
I gotta love that conversations. I want to play a clip before we close out. Remember, y'all.
I can't plug my
stuff. Well, I mean,
you guys
it's
do
ours.
that at
I
the
mean,
start of
sure.
the
By all
show?
means, do your thing. I just want to play a funny
read
clip.
this Star Wars story I printed off from my printer. Go on.
I can't stand you.
I'll post it on a telephone pole in my neighborhood.
This is for my my
I'm gonna walk up
friend,
and be like,
the
"Who
Great
the
Jedi.
fuck is Pasquale?"
Are you ready, Greg Jedi?
Oh dear.
Let's do it.
Some people haven't seen this, but most people have.
Put my hands against, put my best of best, put my 10 a 10, or put my spend a spend. Have sex, excel. Of the messy fully cash show. Petting and it's tandy best.
I was
Jared,
living during that.
The day you danced at that wedding, you let an evil into the galaxy.
Hey,
that clip,
Jared.
the
Can you
entirety
run it one more
of that
time?
clip.
Can we do another one?
You almost tasted that. Num, eat it up. Go play okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm you.
Better than like those. better than the entirety of Morbius. All of that.
Multiple sources.
What about
if you could? You could just show that video on a loop for 2.5. Show it for 4 hours. I'd rather do that than watch Morbius again. I'd rather drive nails into my eyeballs.
Jared, Jennifer, and Megan, the Snyder Cut.
Jared, Jennifer, Megan, and the Joker. God, it's so good. I love
so funny.
so much.
It's
we'll
so
I'll
funny.
have to load up my creepy Megan clip, maybe, or something, because that's the only one that. But like, our copyright claims are going to be through the effing roof.
It's worth it.
I'm still waiting. Listen. There's like two or three. There's like 2 or 3 I really want made.
Yep.
I need Bully McGuire.
I can do that one too.
I need a little get on up, drive that fucking soul. Now I need that. I need Jedi rocks.
Oh man.
Now,
yes.
For those that want to do it at home, full screen your phone right now or your TV, whatever, and make sure you screen record this. And you can put this into anything. I put into iMovie, and I actually edited iMovie. This is for everyone to enjoy. Now you can all have it too. Any song you want, you can do any song,
babies.
Any clip, screen record it. Screen record
Get it.
Now, if this isn't enough for you, we can also do the left side of the frame. So do a different video.
Gifts, everyone. Gifts all around.
This is for you. That was
Beautiful.
for all of you at home who want to go and have that on their own.
We played in our She-Hulk review. We played the one of me with Meg and Jennifer, Jen Walters, multiple times.
God, it's good.
It's so funny.
Well,
does anybody here? Do you guys even know what song is even like I'm originally dancing to in that video?
Yeah,
it's the Morbius song.
No.
Have sex. Have sex.
What's funny is I
poop my pants. Have sex.
That's exactly what it is.
I thought it was so funny because I was about to say, if you read my lips, you can tell I'm singing along to Promiscuous. But whenever Scotty made the one of the Morbius scene, I realized that it low-key looks like I am singing "Have sex." Have sex.
Poop my pants. Poop my pants. Have sex.
Have sex. Oompa loompa da. Oompa loompa da. Have sex.
Poop my pants.
What's the actual song though, Jared?
"Promiscuous" by Nelly Furtado featuring
Pants.
I can almost make it a continuous loop if I click at the right time.
Well, there's the option.
It's
there's
points.
the option. Just click the.
So watch, you'll see.
The best part is Taylor's little cameo. She's like, "What's going on?"
Yep.
It's like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Watch.
Oh. I don't want any part of this.
It flows so well. The second it ends, you can click it, and he comes to the other frame.
We need to make this one whole video because it's so. This is the music video right here for anything.
Imagine this to Rick Astley,
Wake
you know.
me up.
Never gonna give you up.
You need to leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go.
Oh,
Take
good God,
the
that's
dance
funny
in the
shit.
night. It's too
Oh, that's why we love Jared. Anyway,
listen, kids,
it's been a long
if you
night.
pour rum in your Huggies, wonderful things happen.
Yes.
I'm excited to say that I'm gonna be getting off Twitter permanently, and
Forever.
I'm excited
He's gone.
that
This
I'm
is
not
a
gonna
bit,
make any
right?
content next week.
This is
No,
a
I'm
bit.
getting off of it.
No,
Starting Saturday.
Scotty learned a lot of things
more.
about himself in a sweat lodge last Saturday, and he's quitting Twitter just for
Jerry,
his
this
mental
is a
health.
bit.
It's
This
for his
is a
mental
bit.
health, Connor.
This-
Get out of
I
here.
will
This
not
is our
do a
house.
single thing
This
for
is
a
a-
week.
You believe that
I'm
guy?
not gonna do it. I'm done.
Is it? Are you leaving
Anti Scotty
permanently?
01. Huh?
Are you
Yeah,
leaving
done.
permanently?
100%.
No,
this has to be a
It's
bit.
all right because
Not a bit.
again,
I never
I
believe
nuked
this man's
Anti-Scotty
lies.
Jero in
He's
our chat.
gaslighting all of us.
Yep, I'm
Oh,
with
I lie.
Michael on this one.
What do
This
I
is-
have to lose? What do I have to gain from lying? I don't lie.
What do you have to lose? Joe Organa.
You do nothing but lie. But
Joe Organa's
that's the
lying
only thing
too.
I'll push back on.
Well, I but lie for Joe Organa. Anyway, y'all have an excellent rest of your evening. Jerry, can you give us a good stay? Bombadito, Femalito.
I'm not gonna do that, but stay. You know what? Stay Bombad and have sex.
Did
you Ooh.
say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Jackie. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share. What is it?
Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top,
And a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer.
if you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
come on, change. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Time for us to take a break, but we wouldn't dream of being gone for long. See you in a little bit.
Regardless of being a good dancer, you're still a loser. That dances pretty well, though. At least you dance nice. Have sex!
Put my hands a yes, put my best a best, put my 10 a 10, or put my spend a spend. Have sex, excel. Optimize, fully control.